can't hear myself. There, because the mic's not turned on.
This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and we are back, baby. We are back. How you doing, Chris?
Back in the high life again. Oh, Steve Winwood.
You want to sing for us?
No, because all I can think of are the words to Higher Love.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Bring me a higher love.
that's literally the other song I think I know.
What is this line to fucking Back in the High Life? It's going to bother me now. I'm well, sir. I'm excellent.
Bring me some higher love.
Whoa.
That's the only song that matters, though.
Steve Winwood's fucking incredible. That Valerie is a great jam, too. I'm sure Andrew's rage is like, Steve Winwood fucking sucks when you guys her.
Oh, God, Hall & Oates is the worst band next to Steve Winwood.
Although, I don't know when the last time you listened to Hall & Oates, they're objectively terrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
That doesn't mean you can't enjoy them. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you can't have a good time with them. Just like Steve Winwood.
So that sultry voice is, of course, your co-host, Zero Cool, Chris Tucker, and that man who's audibly opening up a can of soda.
You know they couldn't hear it, right?
They definitely can hear it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
No,
because
they
I
can't.
listened back to this episodes.
Diet
they
and caffeine free. What is the fucking point of that?
Bubbles.
Just bubbles? Oh man.
So drink bubbly water.
Shut the hell up there.
You're that fat lady that orders like a gigantic meal and then it's like, I'll take a Diet Coke.
Let me get the large
Yes.
double
Yeah,
bacon
the,
murder
Can I
burger.
get it twice fried?
Yes.
Double fried. My Snickers bar double
Super
fried.
size. Super size.
And then I'll
With
take
a Diet Coke.
I'll take a small Diet Coke,
Yeah.
light ice.
No, it's always usually still a large Diet Coke.
You don't want to have to go. Why go back twice?
Yeah.
Why go back twice if you only get up once?
Well, your mobility scooter might not be full power, so
This is great. We were genuinely at each other's throats
Good
3
to have you
minutes
guys
ago.
back, man.
and it's
Good,
right
good,
back in.
good to have you guys back.
oh my goodness. We are all back in the
Missed
same
ya.
studio at the same time.
The A-team.
The A-Team in the Baron de Belter Memorial Studio. Back.
We ever actually verify if that guy's alive or dead, or it's just it's assumed?
It's just, it's assumed.
Okay. Fair enough. More than likely.
But whether or not, I mean, it's still cool to get a whole
Yeah, get
studio
an
name into you, right?
institution named after you. How have you been, Ed? How was your week?
My week has been good. I mean, it's been hot. It's getting hot. Just
In her?
It's getting hot
It is hot.
in
As-
here.
It was cold last week, wasn't it?
Like 2 days ago.
It's hot as fucking balls now. Like
Yeah.
it's Chris Tucker's house air conditioning is turned on. And I'm stingy on the bills. I'm watching it, we watch the electric meter. I'm that dad.
But look at you all uppity with your air conditioning.
Oh yeah, it ain't bad. I mean, what? You don't have air conditioning?
No, dude.
Really?
No, our house is old.
I feel like most people have air conditioning now, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, we have central air, man.
Oh, so that's
Dude,
what the fuck's
uppity.
there.
Dude, we have air in the studio. Come on.
I mean, that's
You have that kind of setup where you have like a bucket and you just put ice cubes in it and then put a fan on top of it.
Yeah.
So it just blows cold
it's
air.
that DIY man air conditioning right there.
Oh man, you gotta come on, man. What do you do? You work hard. You gotta get yourself get a
I'm not
little
gonna put
Nestle
money
wall
into that
unit.
house. We're not gonna be living there in like a year.
But you
Get
live there
yourself a
now.
portable one, man.
This is the
You
other
wanna
thing.
buy me a
like,
portable one, Ben?
you're
You know, maybe.
But-
Maybe.
how much is it? How much is like a single room wall unit for an AC? Like
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, well, like a portable one.
Here's the
like,
thing: is no matter how much it costs, you don't live with an old school Mexican mom.
I do not.
Like if you leave the light on for like 2 seconds when you exit a room, but you're gonna come right back in,
Mhm.
she's like, why is the light on?
Oh, so that's the thing. Erica and the kids all live with an old school Mexican mom because that's me. The moment you walk out of your room, what is the light on for? Who is in the room? Who's gaining visuals from your light being left on?
The 1 minute I'm going to get like my water jug filled
Mhm.
up to coming back,
Mhm.
it can be on.
No.
especially when I pay the bills.
Well, that's the thing. I pay the bills in my house.
Okay.
So like that's the order I get to lay down. There's no need for lights in rooms you're not in. Close the fucking refrigerator door.
Here's the thing too: is the fucking
Think about what you want before you open the refrigerator door.
here's the backward ass
You
thinking.
put the food in the refrigerator from the grocery store.
But here's the backward thinking from this is that whenever you leave the house, she has to leave the radio going to make sure like, hey, robbers, someone's here. So her playing the radio for 7-8 hours
Yeah.
when we're gone,
And you're like, if we could turn that off for 1 hour, we can offset all the time I ever want to put the light on.
like yeah, for like 1 minute where I'm like walking out to take a piss.
This is
and
why,
walk
you
right
got to
back
get out
in.
of that house, man. Because this is the kind of math you're doing now, where you're like, well, if you just turned off the radio for like 2 hours, I could leave the light on when I went to the bathroom.
So do you have LED bulbs now, Ed, and everything like that?
Fucking hell. We're gonna get new doors and windows installed, like the.
Just
you know.
get an AC unit. You're already
I'm
doing all
paying
this.
for
You're
it.
already doing all this
Look,
construction.
I'm not paying for it.
But the $100 you
not-
spend on a wall unit for your room is going to offset the misery you're going to have being sweating balls in that room.
No, we could just open the window and it's fine.
All right, I must at this stage
You
of
don't
my
sleep
life. I'm
there.
not
How are
gonna-
you shaking your head? No. What do you know?
How do
Well, because he's like, I'm not dealing.
like, yeah,
he's not going to deal with shit like that. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I live like a mile closer to the coast than you, and I like there's no way in hell I would just like,
It's
let me
so
open a
fucking
window.
hot now.
Oh, it gets.
fuck
I'm
no.
freezing at night.
Okay, well, that's not a bad side of thing. Because your old room was like that. Like your old room, I don't know why, but it was like open to the elements.
It's like 89 degrees in this room. No, I'm cold in
Cold,
here.
man.
I'm
It is,
freezing.
Just keep telling yourself that
And
you're
I'm the
cold.
one. I'm the one who sleeps closest to the window, so it's like I feel it all, man.
Denise sleeps closer to the door
No, she's
Of course
she's the
she does,
furthest away
man.
from the door.
No, she sleeps closer to the door to protect Ed.
because the guy's supposed to
She's-
sleep closer to the door, right?
exactly.
But you
She-
sleep closer to the
Oh,
door.
How non-2019 of you? So
Oh, I don't give a fuck. There is no 2019. My house is 1983. That's where it's staying. It's back when things were good. Back when America was great, which is we're all trying to get back to.
that's more like the 50s, you know.
Nah, 50s weren't really all that. It
Hey,
depended
just
on who
remember-
you
Oh,
were.
come on, man.
Because
Yeah.
remember, it was separate but equal.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Here's the thing.
This might blow your mind, Ed. It wasn't actually equal at the same
What?
time. Yeah, no, it was separate and worse. It was just.
I think you're a liar.
I can see just looking at history books. I can see why you might think that,
Mm-hmm.
but turns out not the case. Separate and worse more often than not. Like almost exclusively, really. Rarely equal. Never better.
I'm only gonna believe 5/8 of that statement.
3/5.
Or 3/5.
Three-fifths.
Whatever. Some number, some math number.
It's off to a good start. Speaking of math, I finished the fucking semester, sir.
Oh wait, what's your graduation song? I can't remember.
Pomp and Circumstance. It was Macho Man's theme song, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
That's very far from that. Yeah, I fucking finished.
very proud of you, sir.
Thank you,
How do you
man.
feel?
It was nice to have a day off. I did celebrate a little bit. I hung out with the boy. I spent some time with my young prince Damien.
Okay, because when you say your boy, you gotta make sure, like,
It's not Jonas.
yeah.
No, math is done. He's of no use to me now.
Be gone.
Big away with you. No, I passed. Like I fucking passed a math class, genuinely for the first time since 1999. Like,
Did you bust out the prince?
no, I keep randomly celebrating in these moments where like I'll be walking to the kitchen or something. I'm like, fuck yes, the motherfucker is done. And you guys don't understand. Like, you passing a math class might seem difficult if you went back to school today and was like, all right, I'll take a math class. Let's see how I'll do. That might be hard. This was impossible. Like, this was impossible for me. Somehow got to the fucking end, and I fucking just did it, man.
We're putting my 11-year-old in college math.
Isn't that fucked
the
up?
summer.
Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Like Jonas was like, hey, because he just took some test for some like end of season or end of school year thing. Erica says school years don't come in seasons. I gotta stop dividing my brain that way. But some end
I
of
like that though. I'm gonna steal that. If you don't
yeah,
mind.
some end of school year, like, because he's trying to get in some better math class next year. And he was like, hey, helping you out with that shit, really prepared me for the class. I'm like, fuck you, man. I got it. All right? I got it. Thank you. You've done your part.
Just beat
Hey,
him.
Dad, helping you,
That's when you just give him a good one.
Yeah.
helping you in math really helped me refresh my old math
It really,
skills.
it really helped me refresh shit that I learned years ago before I take my 10th grade math class. That's why you hit him with a bag of sweet Valencia oranges, Ed.
Doesn't leave bruises.
Doesn't leave a bruise.
No,
yeah.
no, doesn't leave bruises.
But yeah, I'm all done, man. And you asked when my next class starts. I just took a punt and I was like, hey, let me look at this summer class, because I couldn't decide if I wanted to take a summer class or not. I was like, let me just take a look at the summer class, and it was all full. It was going to take away an old drop W I had for my old transcripts, and I was like, well, I'll get on the wait list, and if I get in, I'll make the decision then. And then I got it I genuinely got in the next day, maybe the day after. So technically, my school starts tomorrow. I started working on it 3 days ago. It's so much work.
What class?
It's an old history class, but it's
Which
I don't know.
Isn't that he's taking an old history class?
An old history.
What history is?
Well, there's new history. I mean, we're making history right now, Ed. Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, if we can figure out Christian Pavone, we're making history. But I got in, and now I start tomorrow, and it's gonna be.
When's the last time you took a history class?
Last semester.
Okay.
Yeah, last semester. But that's how I know I looked into it. I have to.
You probably
Yeah,
dig it more than you went to the math class and shit though.
Yeah,
The math class was choking the life out of me.
Yeah.
It was destroying me as a person.
Yeah, they're not like they were years ago when history was like, oh, you read something, you answer questions on what you read. Now it's like
It's all interactive.
it's all essay. It's all there is no multiple choice.
I just read.
tests
I read a
and
lot of
nothing.
chapters all week, and then I have to write.
Yeah.
I basically have to write a paper that's due every Saturday, and then I have to critique. I want to say a coworker, but that's not what they're called.
Yeah, you have to critique
Like another
post.
student.
A post, yeah.
I have to
Probably
critique someone
two.
else. Yeah,
Yeah,
critique someone
you gotta
else's,
comment on 2 different posts.
and then go back and critique someone's critique of yours. And lazy
really?
fucking bitch isn't doing any damn work. That's really what this comes down
No,
to.
dude,
Yeah, I've seen-
Yeah,
isn't
that's
that
what online.
I'm
teachers
doing
are,
all
man.
her
But
work.
isn't that what you had to do? Like if someone commented on your post,
You had to go
you had
back.
to go back and
Yeah.
reply to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when someone commented on mine, then I would what I would do, Tuck, is I'd wait till the last possible moment. I'd have my
No
answer all written out,
Big surprise.
and no, I would have my answer written out in Word, and then I would copy and paste it at the last minute so no one could comment on it.
Oh, see, she's figured out fucking shysters like you, sir.
Yep.
That's why our essays are due on Saturday and our posts are due on Sunday.
Oh, that's
So everyone who's going to turn their shit in has to give you at least a day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the last time I did, there was
Fucking vagabonds.
50 something people in the class, and it was like, fuck, man. I was
There's
hoping.
50 people in this class too. It seems crazy, but again,
Yeah.
we're doing all the work. We have to write all the papers and we have to fucking grade everybody else's bullshit. So
And then you see like
it's a
apparently
sweet racket. I gotta
it's a
become
big time
college
racket.
teacher.
The teachers have a button they can press and they just see all your posts, so it's like they don't have to go through shit.
My computer class
know?
was all. I know. I'm sure this is riveting, fucking podcasting and radio, but my computer class was all based on a script. So I would turn it in, and the script that the teacher had created would just tell you what was wrong and what was right and what you need to go back and fix, and then he would email you a grade, and that would be it. And in my head, he's always he's got a hot blonde and in a bikini, and he's smoking a cigar. And he's like, I fucking got him. I figured out the community college
He's basically
system.
like Scrooge McDuck, jump into a pool of
Yes.
money.
Of dimes. That's all.
Dude.
He deals in minor currency.
He's jumping
That's
into a
my
pool
goal,
of
man.
Bitcoin.
That's my goal.
Doubloons.
Yes.
Ben, that's never happening for you, dude.
No, dude, I'd love after I get my master's just to be like a community college
Is that what you're
online
going for?
teacher, man.
You're going for your masters?
Just to be like an online community college teacher. That is the gig. You realize?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
addicted to it now, though. I'm I'm loving it.
If they actually went to a class of his, they'd probably be like, yeah, this is not the guy for me.
Oh, Ben,
No,
Ben
dude.
would make them call him prof. Look, I'm just like you guys, a little bit older, but I can buy you beer. He would definitely buy them beer.
With
He would 100% buy them beer.
No. Online classes. Online classes only.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't
Like, if
have
you
to
actually
be,
had
Oh, if I
actually
would
in
you actually?
class,
No, man, fuck that.
they take
shit.
one look and be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get another professor.
I like to think girls would flirt with him and then be like, I'm going to tell them that you were hitting on me if you don't give me an A. And he would give every single one of them an A. And
I'd
then
actually probably just give everyone an A and just be like, fuck it.
That's where I'd be. I'm like, man, you guys all tried your hardest. It's cool. Gave you the best shot. What do you
Yeah.
want? I dropped your class. I'm like, it doesn't matter, man. It's cool. Don't worry.
Ben would be like the intro.
Everybody gets a B, so I don't
Yeah.
fucking cause any trouble.
Ben is like the intro to film studies teacher, where it's like literally they just watch movies and be like, hey,
That would
They're
be what
like-
you would do.
this is about Ben though, man. Like,
Yeah, sorry, we're making
come
fun
on.
of Ben.
Yeah, making fun of Ben, dude.
Been too
Jeez.
long.
But yeah, everything's good. How's
Nice.
how's life been, guys?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything is going, I guess, as good as it can. I mean, not great for the family, but hey.
Do we talk about why we missed last week? Because we had a lot of people
yeah,
kind of
we
worried.
can, yeah.
You want to get
So
into
my wife's dad he's been living with a brain tumor for 10 years, and recently the cancer has changed.
He
Don't
didn't,
laugh
but
at the
he
brain
didn't.
tumor.
No, it's
I expected him to kind of sugar,
Ease into it a
ease
little
him
bit.
into it. He was just like, hey man,
well, it's
look,
it's
I know we
it
were
is what it
laughing, we
is.
were having a good time.
Yeah.
there's this impending thing in the world, and it's called death, and it's coming for you. Like, I just expected you to
that's the
like
thing
ease him to it a little bit.
It will see, and this is the difference. And
Slip.
I respect you guys. Your religious beliefs, whatever however they are. But my wife and I, we're both Christians. We both believe that when he dies, he'll be in a better place. He won't be suffering anymore. And so it's
we also believe that if you die, if you're like sick, you're probably still gonna like be better off.
So what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, without getting into a full-on
Sure.
No,
theological
do it.
discussion.
Because I actually have a theological question,
okay,
but I can wait.
So what happened was, last week he went into the hospital. They thought that he didn't have a whole lot of time, and the guy's strong, man. The old man is he's strong.
They fucking built him better back then, man.
Yeah, and so he's home.
Not like you
He's on
goddamn
hospice.
boomers
He's
ruining
resting.
everything.
Taking all our
Yes.
Social Security and everything.
Right.
man.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so
Fucking
he's
on
home
my
now.
free college, man.
He's arrested on hospice. So that's why we missed last week.
All right.
So, but yeah,
But Miss is doing okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
all
doing
it can
okay.
be.
Yeah, she kind of realizes that, I mean, and a buddy of mine put it this way: his dad had a stroke, and this was something like just profound. Because when my dad passed, it was quick, But he said his dad had a stroke, and then he died like 6 months later. He goes, "Well, my dad really died like 6 months ago when he had the stroke,
Yeah.
because he was different." And it's kind of the same with my wife. She knows that her dad has been bedbound for like the last 2 years. He hasn't been
Oh shit.
able to do a whole lot. He can speak a little bit nowadays, but so to her it's not her dad that she remembers.
He's been gone for a while.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
I think that's how I
So-
was with my grandmother, and why it was a little easier for me. Like we knew
Yeah.
it all happened really quick, but I think once they were like, "Hey, she got cancer," I was like, "Okay, well, I understand." Even at 15, like I understand kind of where this story ends up. So by the time she did inevitably pass, as difficult as it was, I had kind of made my peace with it already, and progress. Well, we're here for you. Obviously, if there's anything we can do, I know you had a lot of love and people kind of touch base
And
with you.
I do appreciate that. Yeah,
Let you know
everybody on the Twitter sphere.
we're all here for
everybody-
you, sir. Whatever you need.
And then, so thank you guys for being patient with us in this crazy month that we've had. It's been a little bit.
Tumultuous few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a little hectic here, especially in our personal lives, but also like trying to get 3 people together on the same schedule. It's just it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult. But thank you guys for your patience. And then I know Ben and the Riot Squadcast family appreciates the messages and,
Yes,
and the
sir.
patience. Thank you guys.
Yes, I appreciate everybody.
My theological question.
Go ahead.
So
Shoot.
he goes, or not, let's not do him specifically because that would be terrible, but someone who's passing goes to the better place, is heaven. Like, what stage of your life in your head do you go?
I feel like you just want to call it the good place.
The good place.
The
We
good
call it the
place.
good
Yeah,
place.
we call it the good
I'm not
place.
trying to get sued. I mean, it's
Yeah.
trademarking. But like, at what stage of your life? Like, do you get to choose? Is it like, so say I died tomorrow and I don't know how I got into heaven. Like, and I preferred when I was 17. Do I get to go back to when I was 17? Or am I stuck at 32? Because if
See-
I'm stuck at 32, then as like an older person who dies, they're fucked. Like, why would they ever? You wouldn't want to be thrilled about going to heaven because you're going to go to heaven at 80 years old.
So there's a more there's a bigger theological answer to it, but I guess the simple question is that you're not in a body in heaven.
I like my body.
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah, John Mayer taught me to love myself.
Do
So
you?
don't. How dare you?
Do you?
How dare you?
Yeah, we're both kind of like.
I
I mean-
fuck both of y'all.
I
I,
mean,
love
look,
me. I'm
your
fucking black and gorgeous.
your
Y'all can
body-
suck my goddamn dick.
Your body is a
Ah,
wonderland.
choke both you bitches from here. And what?
Your body is a wonderland. I will give you
Yes.
that.
But that's what I always just wondered, like, what stage of
It's your spirit. It's your entity.
okay. So
The-
I mean,
the-
like,
the
I can't play
body-
soccer in heaven.
The body is mortal. The soul is immortal.
Just think, man, you can watch any soccer game you want.
But can I play soccer? Because I don't have legs.
You don't do it now.
Me and Damien play soccer every day. I'm destroying him. It's amazing. I'm undefeated to this point. But that's what I always wondered. Like, I'd want to play. If I'm in heaven, I want to play soccer. If
Heaven
hell
may
offered me
just be a
soccer,
soccer game. Heaven just may be a permanent soccer game.
I don't know.
You
I
don't
love
know.
that 90th
I mean,
minute.
it's like, yeah.
That's just always the shit I always
It
wondered.
could just be like they hold up the infinity sign for a stoppage time.
Are we winning?
No, your heaven is always you're down.
I'd be. Yeah,
You're down 3-0 from the first half.
It takes 22 minutes.
Yeah,
There you
22 glorious minutes.
it's just that
Oh, they were so close.
every time.
If that's what you're telling me heaven feels like, I finally understand religion.
There you go.
Because I'm like, when Zlatan got that fourth goal, I'm going to struggle to find something on this planet that feels better than that.
We should probably move on. The chat room's like, what the hell are they talking
Oh,
about?
man. Fucking busting.
We're talking about life, man.
Talk about soccer and life and fucking and the cosmos. Why don't you contribute and tell me your religious views, and I can bundle it into
Okay, let's not
a
do
soccer story that I can understand, and then I will tear it to pieces.
that. Maybe that's the game we play. We'll do religious views, and you could equate it to a specific soccer match.
Isn't there a book called How Soccer Explains the World or whatever?
I don't know.
Not or whatever, but just How Soccer Explains the World.
How soccer explains the world or whatever. Written by that dude you went to school with in the valley.
Written by that one guy.
That one guy you met. Okay, we can move on. I
All
apologize.
right,
sir.
let's move on to Lars news.
Mars News. This is Mars News. It's not real news. This is just Mars News about stuff and things we want to talk about. Mars News. This is Mars News.
So it is called How Soccer Explains the World.
Okay.
Go read it. It's about the world and soccer. Anyways, Lars news. So we do have 130 AC is still open. So if you do want me to have the nut punch, that probably is not.
Do
gonna
we have
happen.
an update on that at all?
No. Last time I heard, it was over halfway to the 300 mark. But I haven't heard anything.
pretty
for a
impressive.
So
couple
if we get
weeks.
to like 250, can like Cosmo
Nope.
kick you in the shins?
Can he
No.
flick you in the nuts?
No.
Just like, how about flick you in the ear or something?
About a decently aggressive hand
How about
job.
like a nipple pinch?
And see, as my worst fears,
It's where you win and lose a little bit.
are coming true, that the new Cosmo is not as cool as the old Cosmo.
We did his birthday post, and it's like, because his Galaxy birthday was sometime last week. I don't remember the day, but I remembered it from 2 years ago when Cosmo posted. He was like, "Hey, it's my birthday," so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to put him in the calendar." So we did a Cosmo's Galaxy birthday post, and it was easily the most by far the most successful Galaxy birthday post we had. Nothing, and I understand why, from the organization, from the official outlet of the organization, we're going to get ignored. I'm already fine with that. I've made my peace there. Cosmo always would have been down. Like, Cosmo was always down. And so that's why because I had been wondering whether the new guy kind of got to take over the Twitter or whether the old guy was still going to run it. And in that was the day I was like, okay, it's the new guy. And then I posted under our post, I was like, damn, happy birthday to Cosmo, and not so much as a word. Times are changing. And 2 minutes later, he was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, thanks, man. You're all good.
What does happen when like all the rogue like Twitter accounts from like the government officials and stuff?
I think they all hand him over.
No, I mean, but wasn't there like when
When Trump won, it was
Yeah.
rogue press secretary. Whatever.
you gotta have rogue Cosmo LA Galaxy?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, someone's
have
gonna
him-
create that. Madame Serrano's gonna create that Twitter account.
Yeah,
Rogue Cosmo.
that'd be amazing. But yes, if you guys are listening right now on YouTube.com/Riot Squadcast, we are live. We are live most Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
I'd say like 99%.
As long as now that Ben's taught you how to do it, it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Now Ben's just obsolete because we can do everything Ben can do.
Don't
now.
really. We need his prep work. I mean, he's a very studious young man.
Well, literally, he
Of
walked
course,
in.
I came in here and the mics weren't on.
He walked in 5 minutes before we're gonna start recording.
Yeah, so you do still need me a little bit.
I mean, who knows when we're gonna start recording?
That's true.
You might be texting. It may take. You might
I wasn't
have had
texting.
You might have had 10 more minutes.
I was sharing the link on Facebook, dickhead.
Did you see the tweet I put out?
Yes,
for
I
the
saw it. I retweeted it. You fucking asshole.
It was like Ed's busy texting.
I'm not texting, I'm
we'll
sharing-
start as soon as he's done.
Hold on. No. I'm sharing the fucking link for our YouTube, and this guy's like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Give me a minute." He's like, "We're gonna go live." I'm like, "You can't wait one damn minute."
No,
it's
that's not what he
9:30,
said.
man.
He goes, hey, it's 9:30.
It's 9:30.
And
Yeah.
Ed says,
Because I'm not
"Hey,
you.
they
I'm
can-"
not hyper aggressive. I would be like, hey man, it's 9:30.
Exactly. Ed
We
says,
started
they
at
can
9:30.
wait.
They can wait.
He's like,
then he goes, what you gotta say? He goes, let them eat cake.
Yeah, I went fucking Maria Antoinette on them.
oh, it's nice to be back.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
I love yelling at you guys.
he's so angry.
Because I said, "Give me a minute."
They can wait.
They can.
Who do they think they are? Demand my time. Hello,
Demand-
peasants. I'm here at 9:31.
They'd be so upset if it's 9:31.
9:31, and you'd be happy about it.
Ha!
You're welcome.
You know what? Next time, 9:32.
9:32.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
it's got to be.
Oh,
But yes, 138C is still open. You can go on LRSquad.org. You can purchase that. That is going towards all the
I haven't cried laughing here in a long time.
philanthropic adventures that Lars does, which you can actually sign up for. They have the beach cleanup coming up. So if you go to LRSquad.org, sign up for their mailing list, you'll get all the news and information that you need when everything comes up. It's like stuff like away trips, viewing parties, news on potentially a Cosmo, maybe not Cosmo dick punch that happens to Ed after hitting 300.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Not because of the number, because of the Cosmo.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need to come up with the backup plan. We'll talk about that off air, which we say every week. But yes, but before we move on, we do want to give a quick shout out to and she's actually in the live chat right now.
Chilling in the chat as we speak.
Jamie Bacon has been crazy.
I think the kids say killing the game.
Killing it.
Is that still a thing?
She's
Ja Rule
fire.
used to
She's
say
lit.
that. She's lit. At some stage, we're gonna get the definition of lit right.
See, I still say off the chain because I've am old.
You're off the chain.
Yeah.
Because you're with it.
You're not on the chain. You're off the chain.
Is it about slavery? Can't be about slavery.
No.
Because it'd be pretty nice to be off the chain.
Yeah.
On slavery, as long as you know which way you're running. You take the fuck off real fast.
And especially if you're not brought back by quote unquote northern freedom people.
Yeah. Canadians.
Yeah.
Like Ben.
I know, sneaky Canadians. Maple syrup sucking assholes. Man.
Maple syrup suck. Bitch.
But yeah, anyway.
Fuck Tucker's friend.
Thank you, Jamie. Jamie's been working her ass off for like 4 or 5 days, maybe even like the last week, trying to get people to come to the Open Cup games.
Mm-hmm. I would argue that she has worked harder than the Galaxy has in promoting this game.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no argument. She absolutely
I've seen
has worked harder.
they've made 2 posts on Twitter about it since we got was it OCFC.
And she's given away our
She's collected
and transferred over
Redistributed.
100.
Oh,
Redistributed.
I have a number for you
Oh, please.
because you're low. She has what she did. She went on Twitter and she tweeted out, "Hey, this is my email address. The Galaxy just gave away U.S. Open Cup tickets. They're in your ticket manager. If you're not going, given that it's a free ticket, don't try to sell it. Don't try to. It's a free ticket. Like it wasn't anything you planned on. Email it to me. Drop it in my flash seats. I'm looking for people who didn't get a ticket, non-season ticket holders, but who are interested in going to the game, who would go to the game otherwise if they had a ticket. She is. I texted her right before we started just to get a check on the number. As of right now, she has distributed out 223 tickets to the Galaxy's Open Cup game tomorrow against OCFC. I believe she's still collecting tickets. I'll try to get her email before the end of the show. I'm sure she'll text it to me right now or post it in the live chat because she's listening. And if you're listening to this tomorrow morning and you still don't have tickets and you're interested in it, tweet her. She's at JMBacon21 on Twitter. And if you have tickets that you're not going to use, excuse me.
Ooh.
Yeah, dried out there. If you have tickets that you're not going to use, email them to, I want to say it's jmbacon21@gmail.com.
Or to us, and we can forward them to her.
Or you
It's
can
2:30 now, by the way.
or you can set up to 2:30. Or you can email them to me at zerocool138. You can email them to Ed's Flash Seats. I don't know what your email is for it, but like get in contact with the show. Like we want to find them a home. If there are people willing to go, let's pack the atmosphere out.
If you're trying to sell them, I mean, it's your prerogative.
That's your prerogative.
But just know that you're a dick and we hate
You're
you.
a dick, yeah. You're a dick, and I hope bad things happen.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for Jamie Bacon, she is at RiotSquadcast.com.
Yes.
Your slice
with
of
her
bacon.
slice of bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Riot Squadcast's own Jamie Bacon.
In
There you go.
yes, in her byline, we should include her email. So,
It'd be nice if we had it.
yeah.
We gotta get it.
It would be nice.
I thought she would have texted to me by now, but maybe I should text her and be like, "Hey, can I have your email?"
They could talk to her in the live chat.
JamieMarieBacon@gmail.com. Well done, Jamie.
There you go.
Watch him a 6. So yeah, you can send your U.S. Open Cup tickets to JamieMarieBacon@gmail.com on Flash Seats. She will help facilitate getting those into the hands of someone who actually wants to go to the game tomorrow. We can try to pack it out and add some atmosphere. We are playing the last amateur team in the Open Cup. It's Paul Caligari's old team. which is thumbs up amazing.
Old team or
Or
current?
his current team, rather. Paul Caligari used to play for the Galaxy. And he's managing the team we're playing tomorrow. Let's give a good atmosphere, and if there's a way we can help do that by getting them to people who otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to go, that's a good thing, and we should all do good things. So.
Exactly. And you got it for free. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. So well done,
This
Jamie.
ain't-
You're
this ain't
doing
like-
the hard work.
This ain't like a European team coming over here. Like that, it'd be like, yeah, you can
This
say
ain't
that shit.
Dortmund. This ain't, this ain't. Come on. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick. Jamie Marie Bacon at
Yes.
gmail.com.
Jamie, you can, and again, like Ben said, you can go on riotsquadcast.com and where Jamie contributes to the show. She writes up the slice of bacon. So
Mhm.
go check that out. Also on the site, we also have T-shirts for sale. If you want to go and support us, go out there, buy a shirt, $25. It's free shipping. You just got to pay the $1.02 tax on there, and you'll get your shirt.
And again, the tax
Nice,
has nothing to do with
sweet
it.
shirt. Maybe too sweet.
Nice.
Got it. All right, let's move on. Let's talk Open Cup.
Oh, quickly.
go
Jamie is stopping at 5 o'clock. So if it's 5:01 and you text her about a ticket, you're not going to fucking hear back. 4:59, you might have a chance, but you'd be that asshole who walks into a store right before it closes. Get in touch with her
I
early.
hated those people.
Get in touch with her early. Try to get your tickets. I've got one spare if somebody needs it. But, let me know.
Yeah, it sucks. I won't be able to go because I usually don't get off of work till like 8 on Wednesdays.
And everyone who's listening to this who got it to, if you happen to be a listener of this show and you got a ticket to the Open Cup game through Jamie, you owe her a beer. If she buys a beer tomorrow, I'm disappointed in literally
Ooh,
everyone.
I wonder if they're gonna do like G2 where it's like the $2
$2
beers.
beers. I don't know, but let's make sure she can't go to work tomorrow.
How about someone get her loaded and someone else gets her link or her lift?
If she gets hammered, I'll drive her home. Like she's not that far.
No,
But-
someone else.
Well, look, if somebody else wants to get her a lift, that's great. I mean, because I'd really just like to go home.
Yeah,
But we'll get this all sourced out. We'll get it figured out.
do it. Buy her a drink. Buy her garlic fries. Buy her tacos.
Yes, it doesn't all have to be alcohol. It can be calories. It could be simple carbohydrates. That's cool.
Get her.
Let's have a good time. Some sugars, piece of chocolate, weed,
A bucket of cookies.
a bucket of those cookies are fucking incredible.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are. They
I
really
had some
are.
at the last game because Erica was supposed to go. The New England game, Erica was supposed to go and she couldn't make it. And at some point, someone brought these cookies into my life, and I was like, I will have. And they were still warm.
And they're because I think they're right behind the Lars section.
Yeah.
the little
If
truck
they
or
weren't
whatever.
$20, I would have them every week. Like, but goddamn, they're amazing.
It's a bucket of
It's
cookies.
a bucket of fucking
It's
cookies.
a bucket of cookies. All right, let's
It's a
move
great
on.
Country.
Let's
It's a
talk.
fucking amazing country.
It is.
Fuck the terrorists.
That's why they hate us.
Can't bring us down, Ben. Hate our freedom.
Yeah,
Freedom for buckets
Ben,
of
you and
cookies.
your Canadian terrorists.
Foreigners.
Yeah, you're all ruining this country.
Hey, we like cookies too, man.
We just want. All we want is an opportunity
your
for
cookies-
some of the cookies you guys have.
Your cookies taste like
They're
bark.
our cookies. Get away.
They taste like bark and like with your weird
Maple.
bacon on it, which is just ham.
Just ham.
Call them biscuits.
Fucking losers.
Fucking Canadians.
Still under the Queen's thumb, like assholes.
Not like us, Ben. Freed ourselves.
Freed all over the world.
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks. And fuck Tucker's friend.
He said it. I was just agreeing.
Yeah. All right. So if you're listening to this tonight on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast, tomorrow will be the Open Cup game versus OCFC. It's happening Wednesday night, 7:30 kickoff.
I believe it's 7:30.
7:30 kickoff. You can watch that hopefully on YouTube or not YouTube, ESPN Plus
I do not believe it's blacked out.
It is 7:30.
and ESPN Plus. If you guys have that, I will be listening to it on the radio stream, which is always way too low. So I have to crank my radio all the way up, which doesn't help when you have your GPS on too, because then your GPS blares and it's just like fucking blows your eardrums out, which sucks. But I tweeted at
That's like the most American problem I've ever heard.
well,
I love
because
it.
the Galaxy.
He's like, my live stream of the Galaxy's
Because
Open
the
Cup
Galaxy
game.
can't get a fucking radio partner, so this is the best we can do.
Yeah.
Is a YouTube live stream. And it sucks because if you don't have like YouTube Red or whatever, you can't like close down the YouTube app and continue listening to the stream.
Is that what it's called? YouTube Red?
Yeah, it was. I think they might be doing something else with it, but I know it was YouTube Red for a long time. I think they're like canceling that.
You
service out.
fucked me up, man. When you did the trial.
Oh yeah.
So Ed did. I don't know if you saw. Ed did the trial for like it's YouTube Premium.
Premium.
The YouTube Premium. We gave a 1 month free trial through the Squadcast one, so I was logged into there. So I just switched. I've been using that for the last month. No commercials on YouTube. It's fucking beautiful. And it lapsed a day or so ago, and so I switched over to mine, and it was like, "Do you want to do the 1 month trial?" I was like, "Absolutely, yes, please."
Just start creating emails, fake
Yeah.
emails, so you can do it every month.
Oh, I'm never gonna pay them $1, but I'm officially done with YouTube's commercials. It's all bullshit.
Well, I did for a long time because it was like you got the Google Play without ads,
Mhm.
so it was really nice.
But then they split all that shit.
Yeah, they split it
your,
all,
They want your
yeah.
ducats
Yeah, which sucks.
taking over the country.
All right, let's talk because we were actually watching a little Open Cup before we even started recording today.
Yeah, I thought San Jose was gonna trip up. That would have been nice.
Yeah, we were watching the Sacramento San Jose game because the other game, what was going on was RSL, LAFC, and I refused to watch.
LAFC fucking thrashed them.
I won't watch their games unless the Galaxy are playing. That's,
I don't think. I mean, it's tough enough to watch them because you get blacked out, even if they're like the lone game that's on. But yeah, I don't partake. In
I will always watch an MLS game if it's on.
Mhm.
I will not
Oh,
watch
yeah.
them ever.
I've never gone out of my way to watch one of their games.
No.
It's not necessary.
There's no point.
There's
no
nothing
point.
to learn.
There's no point in that. But let's talk Open Cup. We haven't had the best showings in Open Cups in a long time. Haven't not won it in 14 years.
Mhm.
God. Like, how old is your oldest son?
Jonas is 14.
So since he was birthed, the Galaxy haven't won an Open Cup.
Yeah. It's, we won a lot of championships between the last time we won an Open Cup. Like I love the Open Cup, and I would love
You say 3 is a lot in 14 years?
Open Cups. We have 2.
No, I mean, I think you just meant like cups in general.
Oh well, I mean, I'm counting. We won Supporter Shield. Won MLS Cup. It's I follow you. So we have 5 in those 14 years. New England has none, like ever.
Well, they won a Superliga.
Cool. Awesome.
Speaking of another tournament that's coming up, that's
Jesus Christ.
kind of making a resurgence.
Apparently, tickets were like $100 to this League Cup thing. So we're doing some. Oh god,
We'll talk about that
quick.
later.
Yeah.
But Open Cup.
No, I mean we haven't performed. I think we haven't performed as well as fans would like in the Open Cup. But for the organization, it's still it's a secondary or, maybe even further down the pecking order, the priority list for something. 4, 5, 6 games you win, you got a Champions League spot.
Yeah.
It makes sense to the supporter, especially people who want to get back in the Champions League. But to be fair, and I was actually talking with Erica about this just before I gave. We're moving to this point, Ed, where she asked me Galaxy questions now. It's not just this anomaly every now and again, or this thing
Well,
she wants
she
to
doesn't want to
ignore.
be ignored by you all day,
That's
so she's like,
the only way to get a word in edgewise is to talk about Open Cup lineups and roster formations. But she's asking, well, what do I think I'm going to see? She's like, so we're going to this game tomorrow. Is the first team playing? Is the second team playing? Is going to be academy kids? And I tell her, so well, we got the last. We have the last amateur side.
yeah.
Realistically, we should be able to win this game with Galaxy 2 players. It shouldn't be an issue to win this game with Galaxy 2 players. With Bruce, you definitely would have seen Galaxy 2 players. I mean, not even seen Galaxy 2 players. It would have been a roster of Galaxy 2.
Absolutely.
But we've never. This is the actual first entry into a cup format for this new leadership group. It's not to say that you're going to see Zlatan because you're not, that you're going to see Uriel Antuna because you're not. But we don't really know what level of priority he's going to put on an activity like the Open Cup. If it's something that's going to be viewed as valuable, if they look at it, because for all we know, for the first time, DTK and GBS might look at it and go, look, as a mandate for the club, for the organization, we're trying to get back into the Champions League. This is the easiest way to do that. So you may not necessarily see it against OCFC because it's a team, Zubac should start. Because it's a team that Galaxy 2 should be able to beat on their own. You may not necessarily see it in this game. But going forward, once we get into the MLS matchups in the next round, there's no reason to be pessimistic about the rosters we're going to put forward. For all we know, they're going to value this tournament this year because it's such an easy route back to someplace they're
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
the
get
thing is
to.
we have no idea.
We have no clue. With
have no
this
idea.
group, we have no clue.
Because Bruce, I mean, you made a point where like
He fucking schooled me, Ed.
he schooled you.
Oh, he hurt
But
my heart.
As much as he said, "Oh yeah, we cared," like, come on, dude.
He didn't travel to the games. So I
Yeah.
mean, you compartmentalize his ability to recall rosters and his reasons for the decisions he made. But at the same time, it's hard to say you cared about something when your assistant coach would manage the road games.
Dave was always the coach, on
And
the,
we would
on those
lose.
games.
We would lose to the Carolina Railhawks at the time, and
Puerto
Seneca
Rico
would
Islanders.
coach. And yeah, there's nothing to say. Puerto Rico Islanders was Champions League though. There's nothing wrong to say.
It's all the same.
That we may not have purposely thrown away previous Open Cup chances, but we definitely didn't take them as a priority. It wasn't the end of the world that we lost those games. For all we know right now, it's not going to be the end of the world, but for all we know, we're going to make a very, very legitimate shot at a nice 7-game tournament.
Because I mean, here's the thing: is you have Vegas Lights who lost to Orange County, 5-3. Vegas is only 2 points below G2 in the Western Conference.
Okay.
So at this point, I wouldn't even trust G2, who league goals, absolutely league goals, to play against this OC team,
Yeah.
who apparently can put a fiver on a USL championship team.
I mean, that's why I'm hoping we're going to see a nice little blend. And Jamie Bacon makes a good point in the live chat. Ethan Zubak's actually with the USA U23s. He was called in a couple days ago. So that raises the questions a little more for who you're going to see. Maybe it's maybe it's Nima Boateng. Maybe it's Chris Pontius. Maybe it's Frankie Lopez. It would have been a perfect game for someone like Zubak, but she's right. He got called in. It's going to be fascinating. I think it should be a win. It should be an easy win, but it's going to be this is my problem. This is my issue, I should say. The amount of time we have between now and our next competitive game from this U.S. Open Cup match, 10 days. You could play a decent mixture of the roster and still have them get a pretty sizable break ahead of our next MLS game.
But are you gonna wanna put, like, say, a Zlatan or
Absolutely not.
against an NPSL side who are probably gonna not tackle professionally enough, who are probably gonna put a boot into it? Like, would you want to risk that?
I don't think there's any reason to think they're more malicious.
No, I'm saying they're not as skilled to pull off a good tackle. It's more going to be like a rougher tackle.
Sure.
Than your USL side would.
But then that puts you at a point where it's like, well, you may as well not play the game, because any player you put up, you're putting up for potential injury.
But
You're definitely not going to play Zlatan.
Boateng out there is fine.
But you're definitely not going to play a Zlatan. You don't even bother risking something like that. Efrain, if he's still around, I don't remember.
Yeah, he's here.
If he's still around,
He played the last game.
but I mean, if he hasn't been called into anything,
No.
if he's still around, I mean, I imagine you definitely see him. Given that it's an amateur team, it's going to be this weird kind of cavalcade mixture. It would have been great for Bradford Jameson, as Andrew says. Good time to call him back.
That's what we keep saying. Like, that's been like a theme. Like, this would be a good time for
This would be a
Bradford.
great game for Bradford.
Yeah. But he's not here, so, and he's not coming back.
He's killing it in San Antonio.
He's not coming back, guys. Don't. It's all good. He won't be back. But yeah, I mean, it's it's one of those things where it's the last amateur side. Do you put in guys that if they were hurt, then our season would be pretty much done, like a Zlatan?
We absolutely don't play him.
Can you trust like a Pontius to play that, like, lone forward up top?
Oh yeah. Well, I trust Pontius to play a lone forward if it's him up top playing like a big number 9 and you have Efrain behind him. It's perfect dynamic 1-2 punch. Two guys who are both good enough to get the job done. If we were playing a USL championship team, those are two guys you would expect to still be able to get the job done. They should be able to dismantle an OCFC.
Well, you probably still want to see like a Fabio there, right? So he can get more playing minutes with the G's.
I don't know. He falls into that similar Zlatan category, where if you're worried about which players are playing because Lord forbid someone get hurt, I don't want one of the newer assets we just brought in that should hopefully be able to help turn our season in the direction we want it to go. You wouldn't want him getting injured on a tackle, where it's just a matter of someone not being good enough to make a clean, precise tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, so who? Okay, let's talk potential lineups then.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, who's even our backup goalie? Because Vom Steeg's with the U23s as well.
Vom Steeg is the backup, so after him, you'd probably get Eric Lopez. Well, no, because you had what's the name of that other kid who was playing?
Should have Lamson.
Lamson?
We have Lamson. It could be Lamson.
I think
it
it
should
would
be
be
Lamson. It should be Lamson. Lamson's the backup. Lamson's number one backup, so it should be Lamson. We would give Bingham the night off for sure.
Maybe he needs a little confidence booster. Maybe he stays in there.
Fucking New England goals.
Because you know what, we're not going to be talking about. Did we talk about New England on our last episode? No, we're not even going to talk about that game.
No, we
it's-
missed because of.
It's so far gone.
We missed because.
But maybe Bingham needs a little pick me up, and playing against OC might be that pick me up for him.
That would be a pretty fucking dramatic pick me up. It's like you're at such low doldrums that you're like, all right, that 17-year-old, I totally stopped his shot.
Hey man, that's a really
Is Araujo back from the U20 yet?
yeah.
You
Because
start
they
Araujo.
got knocked out by Ecuador.
You would start Araujo if he's back.
Well, he's literally our only option. 'cause Felcher's with-
Felcher's with
Venezuela.
Yeah.
it will be Felcher or
He's with Venezuela.
or sorry, it will be Araujo rather.
Or apparently Steris.
Or Steris, or you could do Nate Schultz, who's down at G2. It probably will be Nate Schultz if it's not Araujo. If they're giving him a little extra time coming back, it might be Nate Schultz. He's doing a pretty good job. I don't know. I don't remember hearing any updates on Didi Traore's
No one has.
injury report. I mean, it's typical Galaxy nonsense.
He got injured and he hasn't
He died.
seen the.
He did post on Instagram, I think, that he's back at training.
Okay, I'd like to see him at left back if he's fit and available for it. I don't know who you're starting at center. I mean, presumably you're still starting like a Steris. I mean, why not? Make Steris captain. Because you're not going to start Jonathan. You're not going to start Zlatan. You could play Steris, make him captain. Maybe play one of the G2 center backs.
Why not Romney?
I guess you got to start Romney. Start Romney at left back.
This would be a good game to have Romney in there. Get all your like all your bubble guys. Get Romney some minutes.
According to the last MLS injury report, Didi Traore is fine. The only person listed is Allison Drini is out for 4 months, and Rolf Felcher on a leg injury. That was 4 days ago.
So I mean, you would have like Traore as your left back.
Romney's a center back. Steris is a center back. Araujo's a right back. Backline's done. Pontius and Efrain up top. Emma Boateng on the left.
Because People's not here.
No, but I mean, it shouldn't be anything.
No, I know. But so Gonzalez is off with Panama.
Mm-hmm. Panama.
Do you even have
He's off with Costa Rica, man.
Costa Rica? Wait, it's is what's his name Panamanian? Panamanian?
What's his name?
I don't know. Never mind.
Well,
The
the
other
kid we
center
just
back.
picked up.
God damn it!
Oh, Polenta.
No, Polenta. No.
What is he? Oh, Uruguayan, right?
Yeah, he's South American. Yeah,
Fuck, man.
it's all right, Ed. It's
all
been a
good.
while. It's been
It's
a
been- you know
couple
what?
weeks, man.
It's Rust.
It is.
It's easier. Yeah, it's easier when you got this stuff.
And the song is good.
Nice and
so,
lubed up.
You know,
Yeah, the song's nicer, man.
there's no song for
You
Costa
can't do
Rica.
Costa Rica. Like it just doesn't work, dude. It just doesn't work.
I'm not gonna lie. That kind of worked for me.
Okay.
I might be in on that song. Be like Costa Rica.
Yeah, I think you're for sure gonna see. You have to have Steris and Romney back there in center back.
Yeah.
The dynamic duo back together.
You could do Justin Fittis from G2, another proud rocker of the number 69.
I don't think you're gonna see G2 players.
We have to see G2 play. I mean, it's an amateur team.
I don't think you see that many. You see, the only G2 player I think you're gonna see is
I'll
like
say more than
Juninho.
say more than half. He's not. Come on, you dog
He's
my
not?
man out like that.
He's not.
Uh,
He's literally played more G2 games than he has for the first team.
but he's not a G2 player. So I mean, so is Zubak. He is a first team player. Well, I don't write the rules. It's all about roster rules, Ed. I do hope we see Juninho.
What about a Perry Kitchen?
Ooh,
I never. You,
I don't want to risk him getting hurt.
you're not gonna see G2 players come in, dude.
I think we see more than 50% G2 players.
I don't think so.
Ben, break the tie.
You know what? I think that sounds good. I think that's a perfect over/under is 50%.
I think 50%. Yeah, we're gonna see. You will see.
I mean, I guess you can't go
6
50%.
G2
Yeah,
players.
so that's a little bit. over 50%.
Well, the 50 that will be your over under. So I think you'll see 6 G2 players.
You think we'll see 5 or less? Okay,
I can easily build a roster with less than 6.
Do it. Go.
Without looking at the roster that.
Without-
the
Oh no. I mean, I'm saying I can easily build a playable roster for that game using first team players. I think you can play Perry Kitchen and Juninho in the middle, or Carrasco and Juninho in the middle. You're not going to need a whole lot going forward from them. You should have more than enough.
Well,
with
say you're
Boateng
playing
and Efrain and
say you're
Pontius.
playing your same style, right? That you were playing. So you're 4 in the back, 3 central like midfielders, and then the 2.
I don't think we'll. I mean, I'm not sure we'd have the personnel to do that if you're holding back on the majority of the starters, because it's not really 1-for-1 substitutions.
But let's say your Carrasco and your Kitchen play your center defensive mids.
Mm-hmm.
Your Juninho plays your more attacking mid.
I play Efrain.
Or you play Efrain. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Boateng on the left. Who'd be on the right?
Ugh.
That's when I would say maybe you see a Pontius on the right, maybe a Fabio.
I
up
think
top.
Pontius is going to start up top. It seems like a waste starting someone like Fabio Alvarez against an amateur team. That's all I'm saying.
Like, what do you mean a waste?
Well, your same concern for not starting Zlatan would be, well, what if he gets hurt? This should be a job you should be able to do without
But I think,
someone who's
obviously
supposed to come
they're
in.
going to be more concerned about Zlatan than they are going to be about Fabio, though. You know?
Right, but I'm sure they're capable of being concerned about 2 people at the same time. Like if you're well, we were with Gio and Zlatan, but if you are if you're worried about potential injuries, he just doesn't seem like someone worth risking as one of your new guys coming in. We need you to beat an amateur team in a I mean, it just doesn't make sense. If you're going everywhere, soccer around the world, what have you, and you're a big Premier League team and you just sign Kylian Mbappe, but your first game is against, with all due respect, Preston North End. You're not like, well, we need Mbappe to start this game. Like there should be someone else in your organization that's capable of beating people who work at Safeway part-time and play soccer part-time. Like it's just not, it doesn't ring as the same level for me.
But again, I mean, we don't know what we're going to be seeing because this is the first time we're seeing
But
GPS even put out a lineup for an Open Cup game.
this is what I do. Instead of risking Fabio Alvarez as a forward against an amateur team, play Cuello. Play Don Cialo, the other draft pick we signed. Emma Boateng at anyone else. In fairness, we would have played Ethan Zubak. If it's a game where Ethan Zubak should be able to win it for you, Chris Pontius or Emma Boateng should be able to win it for you. Any of these other guys, Cuello playing as a forward should be able to win it for you. He is drastically better than Emma Boateng is. Like, that's a perfect game for him. Keep the ball on the ground between him and Efrain and Emma. Emma, if you need to, you can launch it out wide. If Pontius has made the made the 11, you can launch the ball up to him.
Sorry, Andrew Ellison in the chat says Chris thinks he's all fancy at Whole Foods talking shit about Safeway.
I assure you, sir, there is nothing whatsoever fancy about Whole Foods. That is one of the worst places in the world. But it's to say, playing any of my coworkers shouldn't need to play Fabio Alvarez to be concerned about whether they win or lose the game.
So what do you think? Maybe throwing in like a Frank Lopez.
Frankie Lopez would be great. Frankie Lopez is was Ethan Zubak 2 years ago. Probably more, a little bit better than Ethan Zubak was 2 years ago, to be fair. But he would be a great option. I think you could do someone like Frankie. You could even do, because Efrain played a lot playing in the hole beneath 2 strikers. You could do Cuello and Frankie Lopez and then put Efrain in the hole and have that nice, like, younger, even though Cuello wasn't necessarily G2, but that younger, quick core and just play through people.
What's going on over there, Ben?
I'm just looking at the OCFC roster, and it's how Orange County is it that their forwards are Blake, Cody, and Dakota.
That's awesome. Blake, Cody, and Dakota. The names of Orange County.
Yeah.
That sounds like the 3
next
out of
Disney
5
show.
of like, yeah,
The
the boy band.
there's got to be at least someone on their roster though that's a listener. So I mean,
No.
Hey, JT, I know you're listening.
Well, I know, speaking of, Jamie Bacon, I think she's a season ticket holder, and then I know Ramby's,
Rambus all about them.
he's all about them as well.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, they're the if you're confused, this is the Orange County team that wasn't affiliated with LAFC
This is
in their first season.
OCFC.
and the LAFC team was the
SC.
OCSC. And they got eliminated already because fuck them.
Well, didn't OCFC
They got eliminated by OCFC, which
beat
is
OCSC?
what got
Yeah.
us to.
So
to-
hey man, they got a couple scalps in the head, man.
well, apparently their goalkeeper was pretty. He's a big boy. He's one
like,
of
he's
us.
like a little chubs.
and
He's chubbies.
and he's got strong. From the game I saw, he's got some pretty strong hands. Much stronger than a Steve Cronin.
So what's the percentage that Zlatan plays in this game?
0. Less than 0.
It is 0.
What's the percentage of him being on the bench?
GBS already said it's
Oh, he said
0.
he's out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not playing.
If there was a number less than 0, I would take that one. Like he should have.
Theoretically, there is.
He should go nowhere near this. But there's a lot of kids I would like to see. I would like a
And
crowd.
if we lose this game, what's the percentage of people saying, "Well, if we had Zlatan, we wouldn't have lost"?
I mean, there's always stupid people.
Whether Zlatan plays or not, it's always on Zlatan.
Sometimes it's on Zlatan, but this shouldn't be one. It would be a great night out for the people in attendance, and it would be great for the players of OCFC to get a chance to play against someone like Zlatan. But I'm sure this is a big enough affair for them, and they're going to enjoy it regardless.
Ben, what do you think we see out of this Open Cup game tomorrow, or today if you're listening to this on Wednesday, which you probably are?
What do I think we see? I think we see. I'm leaning more towards Chris. I think that we'll see a bunch of G2 guys.
So you're saying for
I think you can make. I think
north of 6 of the 11 players are first teamers.
I think you can make a team that could beat a NPSL team with mostly of the backup guys.
Well, that's the thing.
Of course you could.
Is the fact that we're so thin, and the fact that again with schedule congestion coming up and all the midweek games, and especially with this League's Cup or whatever,
Mhm.
I think you're gonna any chance the GBS has to play the G2 guys, he's gonna take.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah. And this is.
I don't disagree with that. I'm
and you're
just
the
saying that-
only team from Major League Soccer to have the opportunity to play the amateur team. Like everyone else who wanted, San Jose progressed tonight, LAFC progressed tonight. Chicago went down to St. Louis,
St.
was
Louis.
it?
New England beat the Red Bulls.
But for the majority of those teams, if they were truly interested in making a run in the Open Cup, they needed to play closer to a starting 11. You hit the jackpot. You're the one team that had the opportunity, between you and Chicago, really. But you're the one team that had the opportunity to rest your guys or
How'd that
to,
work out for Chicago?
well, you know. But if we were playing, to that point, though, if we were playing a USL Championship team, I would argue we need north of 50% of backup Galaxy players, backup first-team Galaxy players. Your Boatangs, your a great game for Pawnees to start, things like that. Romney should be starting. Getting the luck of the draw, we would be the people who won the lotto and then threw the ticket away by playing predominantly first-team players. This is your opportunity. The other argument, and the argument I more expected you to make really, was we've got a 10-day break. We're coming off of a break. We've got a 10-day break. Maybe it's a good time to say, hey, we need to get competitive, get your head back in it. We're going to treat these guys like we treat anybody else. Go out and fucking stuff them.
Let's be the U.S. women's team against Thailand.
Oh my God, you watch that?
And just
Were you able to watch it?
No, I was at work.
It was like I got up at 3-0, and I was like, me and Damien are going to go outside. And because I have a Google Home and I take like a portable battery and so we can listen to music and all that. By the time I got set up outside, it was 7-0. And I was like, well, that's 7-0 is fucking ridiculous. And I put my phone down and I picked it back up and it was 11-0. And it was just like one after another, after another, after another, after another.
People are mad.
Why? This is what I understand. Like, what? So explain to me why people would be upset that the U.S. women's national team won 13-0. Are
What
these
is this
Americans? These
Well,
are Americans that are
it's
upset?
Twitter, so.
Fuck Twitter. Everybody's upset on Twitter. Twitter's terrible.
Exactly.
Twitter's garbage. If the U.S. men's national team beat anybody 13-0, everyone would be celebrating. Everyone would be celebrating without a problem. The issue is the women's national team is the biggest national team for women in the world, and so presumably we should be playing with some measure of grace. If the Galaxy beat FC Dallas, if the Galaxy beat OCFC tomorrow, 20-0, I'm celebrating every single one.
Oh yeah.
I'm celebrating every single one. And then I want the jersey of an OCFC player before they go in the locker room and hang themselves with it, which is their fucking problem.
It'll be historic.
The ladies from Thailand, they learned a lesson
It'll
today.
be like the Samoa team that got beat like 69-0 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Tonga lost by one more the next day. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking nonsense. They should celebrate every single. Why wouldn't they? If Alex Morgan gets hurt tomorrow and that was her last game, why shouldn't she have celebrated that fucking goal? Because your feelings were hurt sitting in a
5 goals.
because your feelings are
fucking
hurt
great.
sitting in a fucking studio about the fact that you're too old to play the game anymore. Shut the fuck up.
That's Alexia Lawless right there.
Oh God, all these people. But it's these Taylor Twellmans that need to they need to find a way to justify their paycheck and their fucking existence, and they do that by whatever the issue is. Oh, I took the other one. Fuck up, man. I hope she scores 6 at her next game. I hope she scores 6 and just pulls her tits out and just goes and shakes them on camera. And she's like, "What now, Morgan, bitches?" And what? Grabs her cooter on camera and fucking gives him a finger. I've been watching a lot of wrestling.
Cooter.
Yeah. Because I saw some other game where some girl cooter kicked this other one. I was like, oh man, she kicked that chick straight in the fucking clam, man. It's awesome. Women's soccer is fantastic. More.
This is fascinating. This is just fascinating. All right.
That's why we need an NWSL team.
I know.
that what it's called
Let's
now?
pick our definitive lineup for Wednesday night Open Cup game. So it's 100% probably going to be Lamson.
Lamson, yeah. Should be.
It should be. If Trier's good to go, for sure left back.
Mm-hmm.
Romney stares in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Araujo's back, so he'll be on the right back.
That's what I would prefer.
Who's your starting
I would
left?
take like
What about Hilliard Arce, center back?
I wouldn't mind Hilliard Arce at right back if you're giving Araujo a rest. But you could also do Hilliard Arce at center back and give Steris a little more time. But again, they've been off for some time.
And if you're giving him, I mean, he's going to have, like you said, 10 days rest. Why not just play Araujo? And he's like 17. The kid is going to have energy.
Needs to play. No, I mean I was more worried, more to the point about first teamers. But again, it's been not tomorrow's game will be 10 days since their last game and 10 days until their next game. So it's like, to a degree, start the first 11. But I still a hybrid Romney Steris.
If they win tomorrow, is their next Open Cup game before the FC Cincinnati game? I think it would be. So it may not be.
I have the schedule up here.
For the round of 5.
It may not be a 10-day break.
June 19th.
Yeah.
June 19th.
So
So,
it'd
that'll
be
be
a
3
week.
days before a Cincy game
Yeah.
because we play Cincinnati on the 22nd.
And that would likely be LAFC, right?
No, so what happens is we're going to go into a pot for that's broken up regionally again. So it'll be the 4 regions, I think just the north, south, east, west, or it'll do the middle of the country. I don't know. But we'll go into a region with LAFC. It would have been the winner of LAFC, RSL, the winner of, I think it's Seattle and Portland, and the winner of San Jose and Sacramento. So San Jose, LAFC, and presumably us,
And,
then
I think New Mexico and Colorado.
New Mexico, Colorado is the other one. So we'll go into a pot with those teams and figure out who we end up playing. So not necessarily LAFC. Historically, it was usually LAFC. I would like San Jose. San Jose would be nice. New Mexico, obviously, this would be the dream if we're picking.
Absolutely. So left wing. Boateng.
And Boateng, yeah, keep it simple. It's a potentially a good confidence builder game for him too. If he can get a goal or two.
And if we're assuming we're playing the same formation and stuff, who are your 2 holding mids?
I would like to see at least 6 G2 players, but saying we're sticking with the first team, probably Carrasco and Janino would make me
Kitchen?
happier. Not a Kitchen, it's just too much money. And if he's
But the
finally
thing
making
is,
his way back
but
to the first
I
team.
know, but you got to give him some more minutes, right?
I think he's fine with the minutes he's been getting, but it could be a good one for him. He should be able to boss that midfield. It's a shaky injury record that makes me a little more concerned. And of those 3, between Kitchen, Carrasco, and Junie, he's the one closest to building himself into the first team. So if I'm worried about anybody potentially getting hurt, that's on the bubble. Of those 3, it would be Perry Kitchen,
Okay, so who are your 2 holding mid? then?
Janino, and Carrasco.
Junior Carrasco. Your right-sided midfielder.
That's the one that I was having a little more trouble with. That's one where maybe you go with some G2 players. I was looking. You could do Jose Hernandez. I don't know if he's still with us or if he's back rather. Carlos Harvey was a player we signed who was from Panama City. Brian Ilowski, I'm not sure. He got sent off last week. It's sad. I haven't given the whole school this year. I haven't been able to catch up on my G2s as much as I'd like to. You could play someone like Cuello over there. What's up?
Didn't we just sign?
Ernesto Walker's a fucking Panamanian I'm thinking of. Sorry.
There's 2. I know they have 2 on G2 right now.
Yeah, Ernesto Walker and the one from before.
Didn't G2 sign a new midfielder from Chivas?
From Chivas, Ivan Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Ivan.
It's Ivan. He's American.
Ivan
He's
Gutierrez.
He's from Norwalk.
Oh, Ivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Gutierrez from Chivas.
Dude, if he's from Norwalk,
Guadalajara.
he's still Ivan.
He's still Ivan.
It's Norwalk, Holmes.
I was able to find a
Relax there.
that should be the name of the episode. This is Norwalk Holmes. Fucking Gardena Canadian bin.
I know.
I found like a 40-minute interview that kid did where it's just like a friend of his sitting down talking about his outlook and philosophy on soccer. And man, I think I'm gonna end up liking that kid a lot. He might be my new Ethan Zubak on G2. I'd love to see him actually. I think he's a right
You're
winger.
such a whore, man.
What do you mean?
It's always someone new. Like you're so.
On G2, man, always. Ethan Zubak took off. Justin Dillon got moved to Tacoma.
You're a G2 slut.
I'm a massive G2 slut. I mean, again, not mostly not this year, but overall, I'm pretty loose with the G2 butthole. Like whoever wants to get in there, it's you just
Your old boy Justin Dillon scoring
against G2.
against G2, man.
He was always going to. That was always going to happen. Yeah, man, why not pick a kid, write that some bitch so they make it, and see where they go.
He usually likes the tall white ones.
Well, no, my first two were Israel Cisse and Tristan Bowen. I just got let down by the Blacks. So I had to move on. Who do you want? Oh man, what do you want me to do? They stopped showing up to work, man. Yeah, come on.
I think that's the name of the episode. Just got let down by the Blacks.
Got let down by the Blacks.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We're trying to get press credentials, Benjamin.
Yeah, dude, come on. What are you doing? All right, so
Yeah, start
right wing-
Ivan. Start Ivan. If he's fit and healthy and ready and in, could potentially be a great game to hit the ground running.
and then your top of the three center midfielder,
Efrain,
Efrain,
yeah, Efrain in a big bad way.
and then your forward, Frankie.
It probably should be Frankie. It should be Frankie.
That's a good test, man.
Yeah, it would be a really good test. It should be Frankie if he's healthy and available and good to go.
Do you have some of the starting 11 on your bench? Or,
Just to be safe,
yeah.
the easy ones. So
Fabio?
it would be Cuello. It might be Fabio. None of the like major three in the center midfield. Antunes probably still going. Leggett, he's not doing nothing.
He's only injured.
Yeah. Well, again. Well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I would probably keep it. I would even give Bingham the night off and let like Eric Lopez sit on the bench. No, I mean outside of that, no. I would do G2 players. You don't.
Well,
You shouldn't need
you're definitely gonna need some G2 players to fill in.
Yeah, well, I mean the rest of my bench, especially if I'm starting that many starters.
You probably get that's where I see Hilliard Arce is on the bench, just because he can play like multiple positions.
But that's where you start Hilliard Arce and you put Steris on the bench. Steris can play multiple.
That's actually what I think.
He can play
probably is more
multiple,
likely
and
to
then
happen.
if you don't need him, or Lord forbid, again someone steps wrong and it's a hamstring. It sucks to flip that coin, but you'd rather it be Hilliard Arce than Steris.
I think if you ever give anyone a break, yeah, for sure, Steris.
Steris deserves it.
Yeah.
Probably
Romney,
prefer to see
Hilliard
Hilliard
Arce.
Arce. Yeah, it'd be fine.
Dude, I
I'd
could
be fine with
easily see a Hugo Ariano Hilliard Arce.
Oh, that guy's still on the team?
No, Ariano's.
Is he not even
he's
getting time
on-
at G2?
He's on loan, yeah.
No, he's on loan to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Is it OCFC? No.
It might be.
I feel like it might be
Because
OCFC.
wasn't like Leonardo on the team or something?
He's on OCSC, so he was actually eliminated by this team.
With Leonardo.
with
on the
Leonardo,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out for Leonardo. Hilliard Arce, Romney. So that'd work for me. Lamson, Traore, Romney, Hilliard Arce, Araujo, Boateng, Carrasco, Juni, Ivan Gutierrez, Efrain Alvarez, Frankie Lopez. I take that lineup all day, and that lineup should still put 4 or 5 goals past this team.
I like that. I like that lineup a lot.
I can
too.
get down with that.
We could see Boateng cross the ball to no one again
Plus, I
and
think
and run at nobody.
Watch him cross to Frankie and Frankie score, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, that kid must be amazing."
Boateng should start next week.
No, Frankie.
Oh, Frank. Okay.
If Frankie can actually score on an Emma Boateng cross, the kid deserves
It'd
to
be
be
one
starting.
short cross, short guy crossing to another short guy forward.
Give him the number 10.
There you go. What were you gonna say, Ben?
no. I just heard that OCFC, 2 of their guys are going to miss the game because they couldn't get the time off.
Well, they ran out of PTO
Are you
time.
serious? That's fucked up.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh. So that's fucked up.
Someone, I think it was Madame Serrano, said that.
Yeah, so they were
the team
trying
had
to
to put in their PTO. Their bosses had to, approve it and stuff. What's you have to always like put like comments like, hey, what are you taking the day off for? Like, oh, I got to play a professional soccer team.
It's like I'm trying to make my dream come true. Denied.
Sorry, bud.
You work here forever.
Who else is gonna work the fry machine?
We need you, buddy.
You're detrimental to the team, dude.
Yeah, but these are OC kids too, so they're actually probably none of them got real jobs. They're probably all
they're
just like
trust
living
fund
off. Yeah,
babies?
they're all trust fund babies living off mom and dad.
Not all OC is white, man.
I somehow doubt that.
Hashtag not all white. All right, Ben.
Down south in Irvine, off Portola High School, where their home field is, man. That's pretty white, man.
Look at that production work right there. Boom.
Because he's looking at the fucking screen.
That's got the G2 roster up, fucker.
I know. They don't know that.
They don't know that I'm trying to make you look bad.
Yeah.
Shh.
Shut up. You don't know they could be from Santa Ana.
If we lose tomorrow,
I'm
everyone.
pretty sure Dakota's not from Santa Ana
You don't know that,
or
dude?
Cody.
Why?
Well,
Why?
you know, maybe he's
Why?
from like Lemon Heights, part of Santa Ana. That's about it. Actually, that might be Tustin. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is the white part of like Santa Ana.
I found this place in Santa Ana where I could buy weed for $3 a gram, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't worth the drive to Santa Ana.
Santa Ana may have the most weed shops per capita.
In
there's
Southern
like-
California,
Yeah, there's
a lot.
there's a shit ton of
It's
Santa
definitely not in the country, but there's a lot of weed shops in Santa Ana.
Ana.
I got Kim Dog, a half ounce of Kim Dog for like $60 the other day.
The fuck is that?
Amazing. Kim Dog, it's a hybrid. It's a sativa hybrid strain. It's nice.
Why do they gotta have all weird names? Like, what's the point of that?
Because that's half the fucking fun.
Jamie's mad at me now.
What'd you do?
I was talking shit about Orange County.
Oh, I mean,
It's because just Ben wants to live in Orange County. That's why.
Ben votes Orange
Actually,
County.
well, never mind. I shouldn't say that.
He's so close to Compton. He's just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
There's too many.
Yeah, we were actually looking in Orange County. So
Are you really? Are you moving?
no, we're not moving. We were just kind of we were just looking.
That'd really
see
fuck
what's
my
out there.
shit up. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
it
to
would.
drive down there.
No, yeah,
I like to hit some Ducks games though.
we were looking at Santa Margarita type area though. That was like way the fuck out there.
Where's that at?
Rancho Second. That's where.
It's up by Mission Viejo, inland Mission
I
Viejo.
think that's where the palaces reside. What up, James?
Oh, word. Okay.
Oh, Jamie Bacon was born and raised in Santa Ana. We're going.
Was she
at it.
really?
Yeah.
Jamie, there's a place here we can get $3 grams of marijuana. If that's some shit you're into.
All right, let's move on. Some player updates. Let's talk the interesting story that's happening that everyone's been talking about. Is one Christian? Oh wait, so the predictions? Should we do predictions?
Yeah, let's
are
do
we
some
doing
prediction.
for the Open Cup.
Because this could be this. Let's
I mean,
let's step it up. If you can get, just tell me how you feel about this. Ed, you should like this because it'll give you a chance to get back in this. If you can get result, score line, and goal scorers right, I will offer you 5 points.
Like,
think
you,
I-
like you own the points?
No,
Like,
no. But
are
we'll
you
offer
Are you
you.
gonna give me 5 of your points?
Yes, if you get it wrong, I get all of your points.
No, fuck that.
All right.
I only got 5. They're precious.
But no, I mean, if you can manage to get the goal scorers right for an Open Cup game against an amateur team,
yeah. Outside of the results, everything else should pretty much be double points for this game.
the score,
I
but the
agree.
score line would be impossible.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can manage to get that score line right,
I think
I'm
the
pro
scoreline
bonus
and,
points.
and the scores are going to be just impossible.
Impossible.
'Cause we have no idea who's going to play tomorrow.
But the score line, you can guess. You can still say, we'll have a decent game and run out 3, 4 goal winners.
I don't think it's going to be that much,
It should. Even with the G2, it should be.
but it's not. No, it's not.
So then Ed, what's your prediction then?
Uh,
Hold on. Are we all on board with
Yeah, we're all on board.
You
I'm
get-
on board.
okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1? Okay. Who
Who scores?
give us your miraculous goal scorers?
If Frank, that's the thing is like, dude, it's like,
That's why you get bonus points.
let's go Frank Lopez with 2, and then we'll go one with. I think Efren gets his first.
Okay. Who you want to go next, Ben?
I'll go 4-0,
4-0. Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
and I'll
It's
say,
not happening.
and I will say that fuck it. I'm gonna say Boateng gets one.
No, that's definitely not happening.
I'll say Efrain gets one. I like that. I think that's probably a pretty safe bet looking at this team.
He's comfortable in the track and field stadium,
You know, I'm gonna say Hilliard Arce gets one on a set piece. Maybe.
You're fucking
That's a dangerous.
wild.
That's a dangerous guess.
Hey, you know what? Double points, man.
Yeah,
And you know, and
he scored a couple times for Stanford, so there's nothing to say he can't do
I'll
it.
say I'll go Frankie Lopez too.
Frankie Lopez.
Yeah.
So you're going 4 different goal scorers.
4 different goal scorers.
Wow.
That's dumb.
I will take. I think it's gonna. Oh God. 4 sounds good. I'll take 4-0. And I'll take. Let's have Junie. Let's hand one off to Junie because I definitely think he's playing. I'm mostly gonna go with guys I think who have a chance at playing.
You know, Junie missed like a PK like a week ago.
Yeah, this is gonna be a 40-yard fucking screamer. How dare you?
You know, score those either.
Hey, he did once before. He may yet again someday.
6 years ago.
You know, look, time. It's all relative. Don't think about it like that. I'm gonna give one to Junie, and it'll be like inside the box because it's a dick. It won't be a penalty. It'll be in the run of play.
Tap in.
Tap in, yeah. 6-yard box.
Classic tap in Junie goal.
Love it. Score one of those Edson Buttles. I'll give it to Junie. I'll give one to Boateng.
Both you calling for Boateng goal. That's
Yeah.
You guys are just fucking high.
I'll give it to Romney. I don't even know if Boateng's going to start, but he should. I'll give one to Romney, and I will. Ooh, I'm in the same fucking boat Ben is with 4 different goal scorers. It's dangerous. And I'll give one to Frankie Lopez.
So we all got Frankie Lopez scoring. So
So that means Zlatan starting, scoring like 4 goals.
Pontius up top. And I'm
Yep.
like, fuck, man, I knew it.
Yep. All right, let's move on then. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the news that everyone's been talking about. One Christian Pavón of Club Atlético Boca Juniors.
Tucker, is it a done deal? That's my question.
Hmm?
Is it a done deal?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Oh, well, no. The answer is no. I would imagine the interest is real. Like that's where I start. It definitely seems like something we're actively trying to get done. What's, the part that I've kind of focused on, more so is the rumor. There's all this talk about, we're trying to purchase 50% of the rights. I think one of the news reports that had popped up online and on Twitter was, well, it looks like it's probably going to be closer to 70 or 80% of his value. And basically the way this is going to work, we probably don't have the resources, and Boca Juniors is definitely not getting the value out of our offer for what they think Christian Pavón is actually worth. I think last year before, there was talk of like a £50 million bid from Arsenal that
45 million.
45 million that got rejected. I'm sure Boca is looking closer into that region than the 12 million apparently we're offering. So they'll let him come to us. I mean, this is the thought process. They would let him come to us for 12 million when we inevitably sell him on. It's kind of agreed between all parties at a mutually agreed upon stage. We will allow him to go off to Europe. We'll let him do what Miguel Almiron did with my beloved Newcastle United. When it's time for him to get moved on, Boca will receive, it looks like somewhere between 20 and 50% of the transfer value. The Galaxy will receive the other 50%. And then inside of that, let's say it's 50-50. Inside of that, MLS would take 2/3, or we would take 2/3 of it, and MLS would take 1/3 of the transfer fee, and then everyone's done. Boca Juniors gets rid of a player that they're probably ready to move on from because he didn't have a stellar year last year. We're obviously going to benefit greatly.
He's coming off a couple injuries.
Definitely not had the best season. Boca Juniors is going to move him out of that spot, allow someone else to take that place. Going to receive some instant money from us, which is definitely going to help their bottom line. Then when we inevitably sell him on, they'll make a little bit extra from it. Everyone wins. We get a player that's a value to us. They get an open spot. They get some instant cash. And Christian gets to move on to Europe when all is said and done. It sounds like they're negotiating, but more importantly, it sounds like they've kind of figured it out. Like it sounds like they've found a way to make it sounds advanced enough that you would imagine in the boardroom they figured out a way to make the money work. And like that's the only part that on the outside, without getting insider tips or without hearing leaks or any of that stuff, that's the part that we as MLS fans can't understand. How does the money work?
How's the mechanism?
How does the mechanisms work where you're going to be able to register everyone and be fine? If they're negotiating this hard, if there's a window of it can be this, it could be this, like we're getting different information coming out because it's clearly evolving and advancing. They've figured the money out already. I don't know how they figured it out. If I did, I wouldn't tell you because I wouldn't want to fuck anything up. But it sounds like they figured the money out. And Alessandrini is on this was a contract year. He basically needed to show up this year. And that it's horrible for him that he would sustain an injury in the way that he did. But as an organization, we kind of have to move on. And you look at how many different wingers we're bringing in, guys that can play right wing specifically.
As an organization, they have the upper hand now.
They have the upper absolutely. If there's any way Alessandrini stays past the end of the season, it's 100% renegotiated to a TAM deal. Probably at this point, if he's lucky.
At best, yeah.
If he's lucky, it's a TAM deal. You probably could make the argument, he should be getting a regular non-TAM contract because he's regularly going to put you in such a difficult situation, being north of 30,
no, he's
coming off major injuries.
Give him like that yellow Van Dam, like $750.
I would give him a Nigel de Jong year one, not necessarily that transitioning into the DP, but some decent money. He is look, if fucking Perry Kitchen can make $700,000, Alessandrini can make $700,000.
Well, for sure Perry Kitchen's gonna be gone, so you can give him that $700 right there.
But I think we're transitioning into a place where if Alessandrini is here past this year, and even that seems increasingly less likely, it's going to be at a substantial discount. And the only issue that we all have is, well, how do you make that DP spot work? How do you make all that money work? And again, as aggressive as they appear to be negotiating and trying to get this done now and trying to get this done this year, you have to wonder, some part of Alessandrini's status has to change, and something has to change.
But we're all looking at Alessandrini. Is there any chance that you see like maybe a Jonathan gets sold in the summer?
I heard a lot. I mean, I can't. He looks happy. He actually looks happy. He is thriving both with his club team and with his national team. Taking the step to Major League Soccer from Villarreal hasn't hurt him in the national team at all. Tata Martino appears to value him, plays him regularly. He's scoring. He's playing well for Mexico. He's arguably the best center midfielder in the league. There's no reason for him to want to go anywhere. And we would be, if we can't figure out how important Jonathan Dos Santos is to the future of this organization from top to bottom, not just on the field. I mean, then they're as stupid as we've been calling them for years.
But say you get like a bid coming in for like $15 million.
$15 million, I sell them tomorrow. $15 million, I rip your hand off. Anyone rips your hand off. We pay him $2 million. We're getting $15 million out of him. Like, okay, we'll sign we'll sign a stopgap center midfielder.
What's the lowest you go for
to sell Jonathan?
Yeah. Say like Chivas comes in as like $6 million.
6? No. I don't. I probably 10. Probably somewhere in the area of 10. 10 to 15. He's happy. He's on a long-term contract. Allegedly, I heard he signed an extension in the offseason. Shh. Don't tell anybody I told you. But allegedly, he may have signed an extension in the offseason.
He even like dropped some nuggets like
that. But it's apparently happened. It's done.
Because I know everything in the interview he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be here.
I'm gonna be here for a couple. I think he said 4 more years or 5 years or something like that. But he's happy. Gio is gone and he is thriving with his brother gone. And if he signed an extension, we're in
for both national and club team.
But but much to your Alessandrini point, if he has signed an extension, if he is happy, if he's the vice captain, if he is a starter here and with his national team, we are in a position.
And let's be honest, next year
should be this year.
He'll be full blown captain.
But we are in a position of power. There's no need for us to sell Jonathan for anything south of $10 million. If we get a crazy offer for 10, 15 million, 16, 17 million, something nuts, genuinely, Newcastle's transfer record last year.
That's not saying much though.
But it's genuinely not.
A piece of shit.
But if we receive an offer in that region for him, I mean, you kind of got to take it. He's 28 and can give us a lot of years, but we can do a lot. We can do a lot of good, and especially with the current regime and administration, I think we can do a lot of good with money like that.
But I mean, the obvious one would be to have Alessandrini restructure his contract, which puts him at a level where we can tam him down.
Mm-hmm. It works for everyone.
Is that something you can even do halfway through a season?
That I don't know. I mean, I would imagine Ozzy Alonso renegotiated his contract non-DP. To open up a DP spot for Seattle in the middle of the season. I think it's not Rui Diaz, but the one they signed before him. They always fucking signing designated players in the middle of the season where you're like, what? They haven't lost anybody. How do they have another open DP spot? Because they're just moving fucking bullshit monopoly money around.
Yay, MLS.
But the one before Ruidiaz, the one that Nicholas Ladero, I think Ozzy Alonso renegotiated his DP deal halfway through the season to open up a spot to allow them to sign him. Like it seems like it's possible, and if it's possible, it works for everyone. If Alessandrini doesn't sign an extension, he's going to be 31 years old, coming off of a serious injury, not having played
Coming off
legitimate
to, like,
competitive soccer
back
in
to
like
back
9 or 10 months.
Year after year with the serious injury.
Like it's
Out for months.
if he's willing to sign an extension and hang out for a bit at drastically reduced money, at least he's going to be playing soccer. I mean, I wonder where he's going to go and make serious money coming off the situation he's coming off of.
Yeah.
If we can get him on an extension, that's great. But it seems like we're kind of signing youngish wingers that play in his spot anyway. So even if he chooses to not come back or knock on wood, chooses to retire, what have you, we're kind of covered, and we're not going to be left holding our dick. It looks like it's going to be Pavone. It looks like they are legitimately trying to make that happen, and it looks like they're trying to make it happen this year. And Alessandrini has to be the odd man out. Sad as it is, personally, I don't want him to go, but if we can't make the money work, he's the sacrifice. He's the logical sacrifice.
Well, here's the thing: is it's not even like the money; it's that DP tag. Like it's so critical.
Yeah.
And you can't have, and I've said this before, you can't have your one of three critical
Not
players.
a $2 million player.
Not only that, but just not here
Not
for
available.
a third or even half of the season.
I love Alessandrini, and someone on Twitter this week made some ridiculous comparison between him and Gio not showing
Oh
up to
yeah,
games.
yeah.
And it's like, well, you can just look at the math. Flat out math. Alessandrini is, drastically outperformed Gio in the amount of time and in the positions he's played. It's a matter of the injury record. And regardless of where your heart is on players, you can love these players and support them and what have you. As an organization, at the end of the day, our job is to win championships. Our job is to win soccer games and win titles. And we're not in a position to be overly emotional, specifically about the rarity of that DP tag, because there's so few of them. It's not something that can be tammed down, or you can have a player get a green card like an international tag. We got 3, and we're using one on you, and you're consistently unavailable now. And nothing's changed in the past few weeks. I was ready to wait on Alessandrini for September and hope he comes back strong, but it's like a talent, the level of Christian Pavone and what that guy has done. He's the number 1 rated South American player right now. If that's an opportunity, if that's an option, save for Jonathan, I'm willing to cut anybody on this team. They can all go. If that's the kind of guy you can bring in at 23, that you're definitely going to flip for money in a couple years. I mean, this is our Miguel Almiron signing. This is our opportunity to take that step up and to turn that potential cash in 3 or 4 years to start building for the future, start rectifying some of the money waste that we've done over the last few years. And this is a great way to kind of get level, get green, So I don't know. I'm heartbrokenly ready to move on if it's time, and it might be time, might just be time.
Yeah, you can't have one of your DPs sitting out for. Then let's be honest, September. That's the earliest if everything goes right, perfect, and he's back by September.
He just started walking.
Yeah.
He just posted that he's walking without necessary assistance and shit like that. He's a decent amount out, and this was the season we need. I mean, I wonder how different things would be if he was healthy. I don't think Dave Romney would be, or what's his name? I don't think Steris would be our second leading goal scorer. I don't know that it would be Alessandrini, but he's going to open up a lot more options than we would currently.
He's
be
definitely going to get
a
a better crossing than a Boateng is.
Than a Boateng, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one more game that you don't ever really have to see Emma, because you would just play Antuna and Alessandrini and be done with it. So.
Yeah, and we're just unfortunate that some of these guys are going out with injuries. Leggett going down in the 8th minute of the last game with a calf strain or calf injury, a left leg muscle pull or something. But it's again with Leggett, man, it's just can't stay healthy, man.
Well, that's where the concern. There was a lot of chatter in the last, because Galaxy's been off for the last 10 days. So you had a lot of people talking and discussing and speculating, and you just look at, as long as it's Zlatan. As long as Zlatan's the guy, and assume he's going to be here for at least another year. As long as it's Zlatan, never probably realistically playing a 4-3-3. He's just not, 4-3-3. He's not mobile enough for it. He doesn't give you enough movement. Probably going to consistently be a 4-2-3-1. And once you get all the once you get all the pieces, and we're getting to the point where we have all the pieces, it's probably Jonathan and Corona. Corona is GBS's guy. Like, that's someone that he brought in. Legette's he's a nice piece to have, but it's not someone you went out and said, oh, I need to have that guy. And Corona was someone where, despite having Legette, despite having Kitchen, despite having Jonathan, I need to go get in this other center midfielder.
And let's be honest, if you're comparing Legette and Corona's season so far, Corona's definitely had the better season.
I would say they're probably closer to 50-50, but yeah, I mean, but if you're 50-50 on the guy you wanted versus 50-50 on the guy who happened to be there.
And the guy who's been here for 3 years.
And then one of the guys who's been here still hasn't taken that step up, because Legette was great when he got here, and it was amazing when he got here, and we're still kind of floating around about the same place he was when he got here. But he's still maintaining this injury history, and you know, when he is healthy, he misses games for national team duty. Like, it's kind of easier with Corona as a regular partner for Jonathan. They play well together. And he's consistently fit and healthy and available. You know, maybe going forward when everyone's good and you have Christian Pavón and you have Fabio Alvarez and you have Uriel Antuna and you have Zlatan, that's your 4-2-3-1. You put Corona and Jonathan in the middle, Antuna on the left, Fabio Alvarez in the middle, and Christian Pavón on the right and Zlatan up top, and you're done. And Legette's the odd man out. Makes sense.
And if he comes back healthy, and that's a nice option to have off the bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, worst comes too. Like, if he's content with it, if you get Pavón this year and you're legitimately trying to make if we sign Christian Pavón, we are legitimately making a run at an MLS Cup. Obviously, it still doesn't answer the sub forward issue, but it's clear Zlatan's going to play 90 minutes of every game if he's physically fit and able to. Signing someone of Christian Pavón's level is saying, hey, between him, Giancarlo Gonzalez, Diego Polenta, like, we've made the move, Jonathan Dos Santos, Zlatan, we've made the moves where we're trying to win fucking now, right now. If that's the case, like, yeah, Legette should be happy coming off the bench and contributing to a championship winning team, like a winning caliber team. It's still going to elevate him even if he's not starting, and he is your first alternate for any number of 5 spots.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Let's. Do you guys want to move on to? Do we have a call or anything, Ben? I know Fredo called, but sorry, we're not really talking about the game against New England because that happened 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, yeah, fuck that. No, João Pedro's never coming back to this team. What are you talking
Why
about?
are we talking about João Pedro?
Yeah, I was just wondering. The transfer market shows João Pedro coming back to the Galaxy. I just thought that was interesting.
We don't have an international spot for him. We don't have a roster spot for him. We don't have a need for him. He would be coming back to the most jam-packed part of the team.
He'd be coming back to G2.
Yeah, he would be coming back to G2, and he would be an insanely expensive G2 player.
He's never stepping.
He will never wear a Galaxy jersey again.
Ever again.
He
That's not
is.
happening.
Yeah, he's all done.
No, it's not happening.
So what do we do? We just rounding up? Are we done? I mean, do you want to play? Do you want to play some games? Do you want to have some fun? What are we doing?
Well, we do have some G2
You want to
updates.
smoke some crackhead? What are we doing?
One more of
You want to
like.
lick some feet, Ed? What do we get into? Let's go.
I'm not a feet guy.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Neither am I. I
Feet
feel
are-
like
Me neither.
no.
No.
I would have bet.
I feel
I
like
would have
Ben
bet
has
Ben.
something though, right?
He definitely has something.
He
in there.
definitely has something, right?
There's something behind those eyes that he's not telling us.
What do you think?
Everyone in
Whoops.
the live chat, tell us what you think Ben's weird sexual
Whips,
fetish is.
pegging?
I don't want to think about either of those. Really, I started going down the path, and it's like there's nothing. I could see him being like strangely into armpits.
Nah.
Or is it like a big little situation?
What do you mean?
It's like a do you never or diaper play?
What?
A big and little, like you're
What?
like,
What
like
is this a
daddy?
thing?
He's like the daddy. They're like,
So she's wearing the diaper?
or he could be wearing the diaper, and she's like changing him and shit.
Is that?
That's just disturbing.
I did not know that was the thing.
I didn't
thing,
know what
dude.
the dude. Is that really a thing?
That's the thing, yeah.
That's fucked up.
God,
See,
people
here's
are
the
into
thing.
some fucked up
I feel like
shit.
he's overselling it now, and
Right?
I
See?
definitely feel like
See?
he's overselling
He's
it.
like, what?
No,
That's a
that-
thing?
Everyone
When did
who's listening to this,
happen?
go back 20 seconds and listen to Ben's voice.
And listen to it.
I 100% think he's overselling that. He's like,
Yeah.
You
what?
can think what you want. That's some freaky shit.
Jamie says Ben eats ketchup chips in bed.
Mayo
Psychopath.
chips. Mayo chips.
No.
What would be worse, like
Chips and mayo.
if you found out that Jonas was into like
Oh, why is it gonna be my son? Let's do one of Ben's
okay,
kids.
no, let's see. What would be weird if you found out Ben was more into like the diaper play or like being a furry?
Can I answer that?
No.
Because diaper play would be way worse than being a furry.
Really?
That's just yeah. It seems to me the diaper play that's just weird, man.
That's my only thing with the furries. Do you own the suit or you rent the suit?
You gotta own the suit.
Yeah, you think you have to own that, man.
Because that's a lot of money to
You
spend.
think there's modifications you got to make
You
to
can't
those
see
things.
Ben like dressing up as like a Dalmatian.
Oh my god. I don't
You're a
fucking.
furry bunny. I can see that.
I think
I can see
Matt
that.
just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Ben has a balloon fetish. So it's like you pop a balloon, he's like, pop.
Or like what's like the bubble wrap?
Bubble wrap.
Yeah. So he like rolls around and like pa 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 pa.
Ben eats cereal with water.
That's his thing.
Poor black child.
That's even worse than like a furry, man.
I can't imagine. My whole thing on the furry. I mean, look, I don't care either way. As long as you're happy and you're in your house and your doors are locked and your kids don't have to see none of this shit, like, and it's not affecting my life, and everyone in the room wants to be there, and like you're listening to them. I don't care what anybody does. I don't give a shit.
I feel like Ben would be a furry.
That's
to
not
make,
a lot of rules, Doug.
Ben would be a furry to make up for the.
Which one? Where are you drawing the line? The consent?
No.
Ben would
See,
be.
I like furries when they're chained up.
Ben would definitely be the furry to make up for the lack of hair on top of his head. So he's got to dress up in a full body costume.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
So I feel like his thing would be like I dress up as Chewbacca, and like when I come and go, and just like
Wait, what?
What the fuck
What
sound
do I-
was that?
What do I do?
nothing.
You sound like Cardi B. It's like, oh,
Oh, maybe that's his thing.
yeah. He acts like strong black female rappers.
But Ben he's like I used to be a stripper, and now I'm a singer, and now I make gold records.
And now my mother. Respect me. RJ and Strawberry. I've been looking up fucking pot strains ever since you were like, why are the names so weird?
Of course, fucking ADHD brain over here.
Durban Poison is amazing.
All right, moving on. G2 news. Let's go real quick. We do have a couple players that got called up to U23s. That's cool. Von Stieg, it won't. Was why we talked about earlier. Von Stieg will be with U23s. I thought we had more players called in, but I can't see. I'm on the U.S. site now, but I don't see any of the other players that we got.
That was it, Vomsteig.
That's it, right?
Quayle there was talk of Quayle being called in, but the Galaxy asked him not to go because they're gonna need him for this game.
There
He's
was another.
fucking starting in the Open Cup.
There you go.
Breaking.
There you go. But then, like, I think we also mentioned that G2 signed Ivan Gutierrez, Mexican American kid who was playing for Chivas Youth Squad. He is squad 21, born in Norwalk, California. He is joining the G2 because there was speculation that we were like, well, he's joining the first team, but came out that he was joining the G2s.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Juninho's like a regular player now down at G2.
And good find. What is it? It's Daisy on Twitter. There's a listener, Daisy on Twitter, who spotted. I don't know. Let me double check. But spotted on his Instagram that he was at the Dignity Health Victoria Street Park, and was
Dignity Health
thanking
Sports Park.
and was thanking the Galaxy for giving him an opportunity. And she was like, "Oh, do you guys know anything about that?" And then that's how we were able to do a little research. And
All you had to do was go look at Dennis DeClose's like Instagram
whoever he
follows.
follows, Daisy Lenore, DXISYLEONOR. She was the one that fucking spotted that shit and deserves credit for it. She beat everybody else to the punch.
There you go. But
Still,
yeah,
still better than Serrano.
that dude doesn't. He's insignificant now.
Take a dig whenever I can.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. And how do you feel about Junie starting a lot of games and playing down there in G2?
Hey, I'm happy he's home and I'm happy he's playing soccer. That's all I care about. It's good because I hope to make it out to some more G2 games as the season progresses. And it'll be nice to see.
It just
Jimmy
seems
out
more
there.
and
He's a
more,
real friendly guy.
more and more like that was a PR move to bring him back to the team.
We celebrated it as a PR move when it happened. It's a great way to say, hey, I understand. Hey, fan base, I understand the people you like, and I understand why they're important to you, and we support that, and we're gonna bring them back in if we can. So it's good, man.
Yeah, Jamie keeps saying that Zubek got called in, which I think I saw it happen.
He got called into the U23s.
But I'm looking on the U.S. website, and the forwards that got called in, Brooks Lennon, Benji Michael, Alfonso Chavez, and Giovanni Reina. I thought I saw that too. They called in Zubak, but this was posted 2 days ago.
Soccer Wire has them with the national team.
Yeah, I'm on Soccer Wire.
US U23 men's national team opens training camp in Utah. That's why they took him, because fucking Utah.
They're listed 4 forwards:
I have
Brooks Lennon, Benji Michael, Alfonso Chavez, and Giovanni Reina.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I don't know.
I saw it too. That's why I put it in our Discord that hey, there was a couple G2 players that were brought into the camp as well.
That's really fucked up.
Jamie,
Oh.
if you find it, you can send it to us. 'Cause-
Yeah, he might be with the U23s. He might be starting tomorrow.
I don't know
I don't
anymore.
want. That's the thing. If he's starting tomorrow, I want to give Ethan Zubak 5 goals because
Yeah,
that's
I know,
what's gonna
right?
happen.
I don't know. Whatever. This is Soccer Wire, and I even saw on I think the US site that it said he wasn't there. But anyways, that's weird. I'm having like a what was it Mandela effect?
I'm gonna change my fucking prediction right now. I have 4-0, and I'm taking Ethan Zubak for 4 consecutive goals. Fuck Ben. What's Tony? Write that shit down. Ben's Canadian. You don't have to listen to him. It's fine. You're an American. I think legally you're his master.
I'm pretty sure,
I think that's the Constitution.
but I'm pretty sure you have to like throw him in a lake before you can like throw him out of the country.
You need burn
Like some
him.
weird like
Jamie says Zubak is, or Madame Serrano says Zubak is definitely there.
yeah. I'm looking at it.
I really
don't
trust
see it.
him. So
That dude's all right.
whatever. Zubak might be there. He might not be there. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Because I even look up, I just type in Ethan Zubak and nothing comes up either. Anyways, Benjamin. Oh, he doesn't even have that. Yeah, did you send him the link for the Twitter?
Why? He didn't do anything. He contributed 0 today.
He's not even.
Defend yourself, Benjamin.
He's not even looking at this.
Sorry, I'm on Twitter.
Oh my god.
I'm looking for the freaking
You can find it faster than he would.
lightning round. I see 2. Is there more than 2?
No, there wasn't that much.
Yeah, just Shane.
So we just finished talking about Junie, and then Lightning Round is next, and so we started looking for Lightning Round right now.
No, I was looking earlier, but I was like looking at a bunch
Hour
of different
40
places
minutes.
because I'm like, there's no way there's only 2.
There's two.
Usually, yeah. All right, we'll just play this out.
It's terrible.
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks. Fuck Tucker's friend.
This is what people waited for?
Just actually texted you a link.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says Ethan Zubak, Justin Vomsteek, and LA Galaxy's Kai Korenukic
Yeah, the dude's tearing it up at G2.
named to US U23 training camp.
That's what I saw too.
2 Galaxy players and 1 member of the LA Galaxy 2 have been named to the U.S. national team's U23 training camp from Harriman, Utah. Fuck, I gotta go to the Galaxy website for this. God fucking damn it.
Because I even went to the Galaxy website. I didn't see it.
Jamie, so click the link you just sent me, and then scroll to the bottom and click where it says it'll send you to the Galaxy link. It sends you to a page not found. I still don't know if they've been called up. They might be dead. They may be transferred. I feel like I can't help. I've done all I can.
Benjamin, what's the questions?
All right, we only got 2.
No
Michael,
fucking shit. You said there was no way there was only 2.
we only got 2.
So, just
Just to confirm, I didn't think there was any way there was only 2, but apparently there is, in fact,
before I start,
Can we get a recap?
only 2.
on the G's website, they only have Justin Bobsteeg for the under-23s.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
I
But
feel like
I saw
we've
that
done all the work we can.
I saw that Ethan Zubak was called up. That's why I put it in Discord. Anyways, moving on.
Go ahead, Ben.
How would you feel about getting Pavone if it means we have to sell Jonah to get him? I think we kind of touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
It depends on how much we sell him for, and I mean,
If he's leaving the country, I would honestly, if we're going to sell him, I'd like to see him leave the region, but that's not going to happen. If we're selling him and he leaves the country and we clear 13 million on Jonathan and we bring in Christian Pavone, I can live with that. I wouldn't be happy, but I mean, I'd be happy as shit
so
to have
say
Christian.
the Jonathan sale clears up
The money
and you get an extra $1 million.
for 80% of Christian Pavone, I take that deal. It sucks. It would fucking blow. It would be exchanging one next level MLS player for a different next level MLS player. But arguably Jonathan's more important, but being 5 years older than Christian, we're not going to have a future sell on in Jonathan like we're going to get out of Christian, where we potentially could sell this kid for 35, 40 million someday if he tears it the fuck up.
Now, does it hurt our chances of MLS Cup, or does it solidify us for contenders?
If we're selling Jonathan to get Christian, I think it helps. I think it's a break even because Jonathan is so much better than everyone else when he's on. I would just imagine Christian would be on all the time, but you don't know how he's going to acclimate to MLS. It might take some time, might take half a year, could take 6-7 months, and then that's kind of our window. We're gone. We know what Jonathan does right now, hitting the ground running. Christian Pavón is more of that, setting ourselves up for the future, setting ourselves up for 3-4 years from now.
Wild guess. What do you think Jonah's value on transfer market is? Don't touch your computer.
Wild guess? Oh, I'm sure I've looked at it in the last couple weeks. I'd say like 8. I would hope somewhere in the region of 8.
I'd probably put him at like 5.
Transfer market has him at $2.85 million.
Insane. That's insane.
Well, I mean, he wasn't even making that much
Well, that's the
in
other-
Spain.
and
That's
then
why I think that's...
The other thing is his salary is somewhere in the region of 2.25. But also, it's similar to Juan Agudelo sell. It's similar to Taylor Twellman's potential sale out of MLS, Clint Dempsey's, Landon Donovan's. European clubs can never understand why Landon Donovan's valuation is going to be $20-25 million. Is Landon Donovan a $20-25 million player to the Premier League? Absolutely not. He is to Major League Soccer because we're not going to find another one of him very, very, quickly. We could sell Jonathan for. I'm sure there's people who would take him for $2 million, $3 million.
Oh, absolutely.
But his value
I think
to us,
every club in Mexico would take him for
yeah,
that.
his value to us is. I felt like I was lowballing $8 million because I know if someone offered $8 million for Jonathan right now, the Galaxy would tell them no. You said to transfer market though, so that's where my guess should have gone. Makes more sense.
All right, so our second question is from Shane Gilson or Gleason.
Shane,
Gleason.
Translucent man.
he's a Patreon supporter.
Ah, thank you, Shane. Best reaction you've ever got from an opposing player while in Lars?
Brian Ching's got to be.
Gotta be Brian
It's got to be Brian
Yeah,
Ching.
the,
We made
the
him
U.S.
cry.
reject.
We made him
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah. Okay, outside of Brian Ching.
Should we feel so happy that
In my older years, I don't take as much pleasure in that as but I mean I'm far more like positive.
No?
Everybody just get along now.
wasn't he just like yelling about angry shit like 20 minutes ago?
What?
When we
About
started
Ben?
the show, he was certainly not about everyone getting along.
I was about everybody getting along. I was just ready to
Really?
wait for Ed to finish texting so we could start the show.
The
so
link to
everyone,
the show.
So everyone could get
The
along
link to
together.
the link to the live feed.
Everyone
that
could
he
get
did-
along
he
on the
doesn't do.
show.
No.
I had to
That
tell
he,
him.
that he had to ask us.
I had to
earlier,
tell
yeah.
him to do it,
What?
to share the live link of the.
Oh,
of
that's
the,
Hey,
the work on the show I don't do.
I-
Okay. That's
I would have
the one.
tweeted it out way earlier if I had access to the Twitter. That's all I'm saying.
no one wants to give you that.
Look, you can understand. The
Hey, no,
Galaxy
no.
actually recently just explained to you why you
I-
can't
I-
have access to the
Hey,
Twitter.
first of all, it was actually more about you two than me.
I
But,
hear you.
In
Yeah,
fairness,
50-50.
and we don't give him enough shout outs on here, but George drawing what was it? Me as
yeah,
Me and you as Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's
beautiful.
what did it for them.
That's what. Yeah.
that's what did
I
it
think we
for-
talked about it on the Patreon show. That's what torpedoed any potential
Yes.
future press credentials. Is specifically it was like Ed's. They were like, "There's a penis on there," and it's like, there's
No,
not.
there's
He
not.
He tucks between his legs. Very classy. It's art in some cultures. In France, they fucking rave over shit like this. Uncultured fucks is what's wrong with them.
Uncultured swine.
Swine, pigs. So there you are.
So that's it.
That's it. That's all good.
Hey, anyone besides Brian Ching that you can remember getting a nice reaction out of?
They got a lot of middle fingers over the years.
We got a lot of like San Jose.
So who's your favorite middle finger?
Oh, Ed's
yeah.
right up in that butthole.
It's both gentle yet rough.
Yeah, just enough and just enough. Steven Liner.
It's like a Goldilocks story.
Steven
where
Liner.
it's just right.
Remember that fucking guy?
Yeah. He has a fucked up hair.
Yeah, that guy walking off. Few years. I mean, I can't remember the game. A couple years back, it had to be. Brian Ching is always the one that just stands out. Preston Burpo during the I think it was the Open Cup game where we were like the Cranberries. We're in your head.
Oh yeah.
In your head, Burpo. And then like at the end of the game, having him like walk. He wasn't mad, but he just walked by and like acknowledged like, really the whole day. Like that's how you spent fucking 45 minutes just yelling at me.
Who was the Chivas USA keeper? that we were at-
Oh God, fucking Snack Thornton.
Yeah.
Ed we went to was it a reserve game or just like a practice?
I think it might have been a reserve game.
And Ed, who is no like,
He's just fat shaming.
he's just genuinely like a fat guy, a fat, short, like the least athletic person you've ever met is standing on the fence, fat shaming
The
a
least
professional. Yeah,
At least, I mean, you're sitting in a room with Ben.
yeah, that's fair. But it's the height that I was, is like genuinely
It's
fat
deceiving.
shaming a professional like athlete while he's leaning
Who was
over.
as fat as me?
He's like leaning over, and he's Zach. If you don't remember, Zach Thornton was a Chivas USA goalkeeper, and they're training.
He's
and
a big guy.
He's a big boy, and he like picks up a water bottle and is like after doing some saves, picks up a water bottle and squeezes it in his mouth, and Ed's like, that's Twinkie filling. That's not water, and like they're stretching, like the same thing we do for G2 games now. They're stretching, and Ed's like, Zach didn't bend down the whole way. Hey, coach, Zach didn't bend down the whole way.
He's cheating.
He's cheating. You gonna hurt yourself, Zach. You gotta finish stretch, man. You gotta go. You gotta do the whole 9. There you go, man. Hey, good job there, coach. Good job, Zach. It's just like over and over and over again.
Because
so
you're
when
like
did you- when
20
did you-
feet from them. So
When did you call him Snack Thornton?
we've always called him
Yeah,
Snack
so he's
Thornton
been Snack Thornton
for a
from
long.
as long as
decades.
big. It's like Charles Barkley in goal.
That's brilliant.
Well, he was just like, because you look at him and he doesn't seem like he should be an athlete. Like he doesn't look like he should qualify as an athlete.
He was the Alvaro Perez of goalkeepers.
Yes, of Chivas USA goalkeepers.
Where you're like, he's a big dude. And he's like, why? How are you a thing?
How did you make it? Like what was the series of events that got you to the opportunity to be a starting goalkeeper?
Snack Thornton. That's the best name.
Those are the days.
That's such a good name. Christopher.
I did want to add something quickly, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
For Erica, she does a workout service. Get Tuckered Out, and go to gettuckeredout.com. She does personal training and like online personal training, so she'll help you at kind of your speed and your pace, and she curates workouts. She wanted to do an offer for the podcast if anyone's listening and comes to her service through the show. You get 20% off any personal training package, in person or video chat options. You don't need any equipment or anything like that. She kind of curates it with things you have around the house. First workout's free, so you can kind of see what her style is. You can use the code SQUADCAST on her website in the contact section to get a 20% off discount. Any Patreon members that sign up will get offered are all offered 3 weeks of free nutritional planning for being a Patreon member.
Hey.
So she'll help you like figure out your dinners and breakfasts and desserts and all that shit.
And that's patreon.com/Riot
Red
Squadcast.
Squadcast, yeah. And you can visit her website at www.gettuckeredout.com. So she wanted to sprinkle that in for the listeners, and you guys, fucking summer's here,
It's
baby.
summertime.
Summer, you want to oil up that beautiful body and walk along that beach, get all sexy. Go to gettuckeredout.com. She'll figure your shit out, man. She's good.
There you go. And do we have a FIFA update, my good man?
Literally the message I got for FIFA update was get your games in.
It was kind of funny that they were like, hey, I know people are going to be in France, so just get all your games in at the end of
So
June.
yeah, we just what they did is they just opened the entire schedule up because we're losing a fair few people.
And then like 2 days later, like, hey, if you don't play in the week, you're going to get cut.
Yeah, well, if you don't have half your games, you're gonna get cut.
That's funny.
Well, look, more. Well, that's the thing.
Play
More
all your
than
games. You'll be fine. And then a week later.
well, if you play all your games, you don't have to worry about getting fucking dropped. But by the time we opened that, there was enough room for you to have played half your games. It's a matter of you're not near half your games. Is that it?
No way.
Yeah, that's.
They have like 7.
I figured it was personal.
Jamie Bacon is telling us that the U23 press release or the Galaxy press release was wrong, and Zubak is not in U23 camp.
4-0. I'm taking Ethan Zubak for everyone. The fucking show is still
Yeah.
going. I'm taking look, that's not
Change
happening.
my Frank Lopez.
I'll
to
take an
Zubac's.
Ethan Zubak hat trick and Janino with the other.
Change my 2 Lopez's to Zubac's.
Boom.
Okay, whatever.
Monster with Zubak.
Well, it's on the air, so that's fine. Ben looks so.
Sure. Yeah.
He just looks like. Whatever, dude.
You can do this. You got it. I believe in you. Oh, this petered out in a bad way.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
This is
This
terrible.
last like 20 minutes. I blame Ben.
Hold on. Before we go, do you want to play? Let's play one round of this game and let's end it on a higher note.
All right, cool.
So I created a game, Benjamin, and by created I mean I stole from another soccer podcast that I listened to.
Can you name that podcast?
Well, it's a YouTube show. It's a Euro Football Daily. They do a lot of on the continent soccer coverage, and they also have this game called Who Am I, where they give you three clues, First clue gets you 3 points. If you can get it on the first clue, it's a lot harder. To get you 3 points. On the second clue, you get 2 points. Last clue, you get 1 point. By the last clue, it should be, if you know your shit, you should be able to just kind of walk it. I wanted to kind of borrow with that and see if we could fuck with it in a way and make it fun. Maybe we can do 2 of them a week, one for you guys and one for the listeners. So we'll do like a test run game, and you guys let me know what you think. I picked a player that you should be able to get without doing too much research, although I did tell you we were going to do this earlier in the week and you should have been doing your homework. For today, we're going to make, because I want you to get it, I wanted to be fun.
That would assume I was reading the Discord earlier in the
Sir,
week.
I assumed you didn't. So, gentlemen, if we're ready.
Let's do it.
Ready? So it's going to be you two. I'm gonna be the arbiter of this because I'm amassing all this information now. For 3 points, and this is going to be a general loose styling. We might change some things around. For 3 points, and you know what?
Like buzz in or anything like
everyone,
that?
yeah, you got to be like
What's your name?
you got to be like Ben, yeah.
All right.
You got to be like
I can't just shout out the
Canadian warrior, yeah.
Shout it out, and I'll fucking steal your answer.
And then everyone in the live chat,
But I'll probably be wrong. So.
everyone in the live chat's welcome to play as well. So if you guys get this before them, you're replacing them on the show. So for 3 points, except for the 2 people I know who know the answer to this. So for 3 points, I played with, ready? Get your thinking caps on, gentlemen. I played with James Riley, Sean Franklin, and Kofi Opare, both at the Galaxy and at another club. They're thinking. They got the wheels are turning.
Let me say the names again.
I played with James Riley, Sean Franklin, and Kofi Opare, both at the Galaxy and away from the Galaxy.
Okay.
So obviously it's somebody who played at DC.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a guess? Do you want to? Because we don't have the dead air. I want you to think, but we don't want the dead air too long.
Ed, you got a guess? Or you want to go to the second clue?
Go to second clue.
Yeah, I think
Not even a step. Okay.
Let me see.
Well, that's the thing. If you guess, whatever your guess is,
Then you're done.
you're done with that point.
That
So you
round.
only get it for each. You get a guess each round. This is why we're fleshing this bitch out now.
All
Get a
right.
guess each round. But you don't. Ed doesn't necessarily want to toss out an answer and then it pushes Ben in the right direction. You see what I mean? But
Right.
you want to punt on 3 points if you get a shot for it.
Hey, so then just let me throw it out there. Did Leo happen to stop at DC before he?
This is the thing. I can't answer questions.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
obviously
just guess
Okay,
Leonardo.
incorrect. So he's done for the round. Now it's
Yeah.
on you.
Shoot, I can't think of anyone.
Okay, so do you want to pass?
I'll
You
pass.
can pass. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pass.
So for 2 points, I am a 2-time MLS Cup champion, but I never won them back to back.
I mean,
So you take the evidence you had in the first one, you take this new evidence you got, you built that shit together. Don Fredo, you are incorrect. Nobody look at your phone. Hey,
is it Sarvas?
Ooh, that's a good guess.
for 2 points, Ed Rodriguez
Yep.
is correct.
Yep.
Boom. Nice celebration.
Because I'm for some reason I kept thinking backline
Yeah, I know. I was thinking backline
because
too.
those are all guys in the
Yeah.
backline.
Played with James Riley at Colorado. Played with Kofi Opare and Sean Franklin at DC United. And for our 1 point, we would have had, I was scouted by the Galaxy during our 2011 Champions League group stage match while I played center midfield for Alajuelense. Marcelo Sarvas. What do you think? You like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
We're going to flesh it out a little bit. And it's helping me. I'm
You know
getting
what?
to use.
I would suggest
learn a little more
Ben get
knowledge.
like a little background music so it's not so dead air.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Here,
Do
go
you
ahead.
have one right now? I got one more I can throw at you.
Let me see.
You can let him
Jesus Christ.
turn it down a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I haven't used that drop in a while, so it's not
Fair
A
enough.
sound
little
check.
lower, a little
Yeah,
lower.
keep going.
Keep going. Keep
Does it go
going
any
down.
further south?
Keep going down.
Thank you. Will that just keep looping, or do you have to go back and press it again?
I'll probably have to keep
Okay.
pressing.
So, one more you want to do?
That's it.
Okay. I have 3 I can do, so if you guys need a tiebreaker, we'll do all 3. So, for 3 points, Ben, you ready? Or do you want to start it and then we'll go?
Go
Okay.
for it.
For 3 points. And this one, everyone in the live chat doesn't know yet. So, everyone in the live chat is eligible to play this and hopefully can take these 2 down. For 3 points, I was born December 15th, 1994, and I'm a 3-time MLS Cup champion.
Jack McBean.
For 3 points, Ed Rodriguez from downtown.
Swish, bitch.
See, I should have switched these in.
That was a good one.
So but I also got to figure out like where you guys are at for your knowledge, because there's things that I assume you would know or not know, and the 3-time MLS Cup champion gave it away. So for 2 points, I scored my first goal for the Galaxy in my first start versus the Houston Dynamo on October 24th, 2011. The start made me the youngest player in Galaxy history at the time, and the goal made me the youngest goal scorer in Galaxy history, a title I still hold.
See, that thing would have been for sure.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I retired this offseason after sustaining a foot injury while playing at the Colorado Rapids. Jack McBisney.
It wouldn't have got past second one.
Okay, so I should just leave the third one then and use that for another week? Because you've already,
Yeah, you've already won.
right in the butthole.
Stupid assholes over here.
Who does he think he is? How dare he?
Come on, look at this guy.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself,
Looking
man.
like a mook.
Which we learned is not a
No,
racial
it's not.
epithet.
It's not. It just
So
means like a dumb person.
Hit the music again one more time, Ben. All right. So for 3 points, I was born October 16th, 1981. When I was drafted by the Galaxy in 2004, I became the 4th person ever to wear the number 16 jersey. And again, all three of these
So
are people you should be able to
Hercules?
get. Incorrect. Say your fucking name, man. Goddamn rules. This is America.
He didn't say the name when he said
Irrelevant.
Jack
Hit the
McBean.
music. I love that board's low.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot better. Can you repeat it?
I was born October 16th, 1981. When I was drafted by the Galaxy, I became the 4th number 16 in Galaxy history.
2004.
So I like to test the history knowledge.
I know. It makes.
I can tell you, I would not have been able to get this off this answer.
Fucking stupid. 2004. Who could have played in that era? Let's go with.
So captivated by the game.
I know. I have no idea. Saragossa.
Pass. Incorrect. So Ben, you're back. You're back in the game. You ready? For 2 points, I played with Ante Yazic, Ty Harden, and Nathan Sturgis at clubs besides the LA Galaxy. So I didn't necessarily play with them on the Galaxy, but I also played with them at different teams.
Oh my God! Why doesn't that loop?
I know.
We'll do it next week. It'll loop. Don't worry. It again. Yeah, I still like it. Makes you feel like fucking. All I've ever wanted
This
to be
is
in my
like-
life is a game show host.
This is like
obviously.
the Love Connection.
Yes. Oh, let's do that fucking music. I've played with Ante Yazic, Ty Harden, and Nathan Sturgis at clubs besides the LA Galaxy.
So Ugo Ihemlu?
Incorrect. Great guess.
Oh, that was a good guess.
great guess.
Oh, that was a good guess. Let's go with. Fuck.
I fucking love this song now.
I have no idea.
Okay. So for 1 point, and remember, you got to say your name first before you shout out an answer. Okay? Should I just like wait until you got to start that again because I want to
Yeah.
I want to fuck your shit up. So this is the information we've got so far. I was born October 16th, 1981, and I became the 4th person ever to wear the number 16 in Galaxy history. That was 3 points. For 2 points, I've played with Ante Yazic, Ty Harden, and Nathan Sturgis at clubs besides the LA Galaxy. And we ready, Ben?
1 second.
Take your time, sir.
I have a guess.
All right, now it's going to loop.
Okay. For 1 point, you gotta say your name. Born in. You ready, Ed? Sorry, get ready. It just moved and threw me off. You look like black families during Family Feud. Like you're fucking in on this
I'm
game.
in, dude. I'm in. It just shows my lack of.
This is so intense right there. He's like,
Okay.
Oh, gonna loop, huh?
Born,
Oh, that was bad.
born October 16th. We'll figure it out. Born October 16th, 1981. I became the 4th number 16 in Galaxy history. I've played with Ante Yazic, Ty Harden, and Nathan Sturgis at clubs besides the LA Galaxy. And for 1 point, born in Long Beach, California, I posed
Oh,
nude for my
Ed.
internet. Ed?
Alan Gordon.
Alan Big Dick Swangin' Gordon. That's why I got 1 point because I knew you knew the Long Beach thing.
Yeah.
For 1 point, born in Long Beach, California, I posed nude for my internet webisode series with Dan Gargan. Everyone's favorite, the big number 9, Mr. Alan Gordon.
He was
So
number
it is-
16
He got drafted and became the number 16 in 2004. Moved
to Portland.
I looked this up. He went on loan to Portland, but I this is why I have the whole fucking. I learned all this stuff with the jersey registry.
I knew someone on Colorado for sure.
So he played with Ante Yazic at Chivas
Yeah, that's-
USA. He played with Ty Harden at San Jose, and he played with Nathan Sturgis at Toronto. Yeah. I know.
Ty Harden was with San Jose.
Ty Harden was with San Jose. He
Really?
was he was with San Jose in the second year. Alan Gordon was there. Sir, I challenge you to the research. It's genuinely the point of the game.
No, I thought he was with Colorado. That's why.
Yeah,
He did go to
that's-
Colorado.
Yeah.
But I think I had him down for when he was with San Jose. I don't know. I'll look into it. 2004, he wore the number 16. In 2005, he moved to the number 21. And then when he left, he came back and he wore the number 9. If I gave, that's the thing for,
and broke the curse.
that's the thing for, he allowed Zlatan to be what he is. I have to do some of these where it's like I can give out all the jerseys they wore if it's the harder players, but it's like for Alan Gordon, if I say he wore 16, 21, and 9, you can figure out 21 and 9. It's probably Gordo. When we get into the harder ones,
I forgot he even wore 21.
wow, you're
That's
terrible
what I
at this.
remember. I remember he was so bad when he was 21. You can't remember that.
How dare you? It was him and Edson Buttle, and they were both like pretty questionable. And then Edson Buttle got way better, and Alan Gordon just stayed at the exact level. And then Edson Buttle got terrible, and Alan Gordon turned out to be amazing. So
When he got paid, dude, he's like, I don't care no more.
for some of the harder, let's see. Madam Serrano says Alan Gordon is the greatest 21. Let's take a look at that. We have John Garvey from 96, Roy Myers from 99, McKinley Tennyson from 2002, Arturo Torres from 2003, Gordo at 2005, Dima Kovalenko, worth a shout.
Ooh.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
2010, he was the 6th number 21. A name I can't give out because they're going to be on this game soon. A couple names. We're just going to stop here.
Yeah, stop.
But
What are you doing? Yeah.
there's look. These are all available numbers that you can go players you can go look up right now. But Alan Gordon, fair to say, best number 21 of all time, arguably with Dima, but on field,
Yeah. You still got to give it to Gordo.
still got to give it to Gordo. So, but you like the game. You like
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's a good game.
any listeners if
He's
you
gonna
want,
just make us look fucking stupid.
Hey, that's fine.
or this is a great opportunity.
No,
for you to,
it's really
to learn some
nice.
shit.
It's good.
Because the goal really is for everyone to learn some things.
But you can't. I'm like, I feel like you can't go
What?
beyond like 2000.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to talk about. We got to come up with a year where you were, because I'm not trying to embarrass you guys.
No, you just do it. I mean,
Because
we
I
look
want
like
to
idiots.
teach.
We look like idiots.
I want to
mean,
teach
If
the.
you,
Not
think,
by-
if you think we're not idiots, that's on the listener.
Well, this is what's going to happen.
They have 3 years of audio of us looking
Exactly.
sounding like idiots.
This is Mikey Stevens wore 16, I believe, right?
Yes.
Mike Stevens,
Or 26. He wore 26.
26. You're right. Eli Allen wore 26.
Yes.
What did Mike Stevens wear?
He
Is
wore
it 26?
26.
All these shitty
Yes.
players
I
that
just
have worn
looked it
these
up.
numbers.
But what I do want to do for you guys, I want to make it reasonable, where it's something you guys can get and it's fun and we're having a good time. But for the listeners, I want to do every week where you have he wore 26. For the listeners, I want to do one where I can give it to you that's Galaxy history related. So it might be Arturo Torres. And if you don't know something about Arturo Torres, this is an opportunity for you to learn about him. If you don't know John Jones, a player I've become fascinated with just in looking through the jerseys, because he was gone for like 6 weeks and then came back and got a different number. And it was a whole and it took up 2 hours of my life, like trying to figure out which one he got first and it was a whole
I
thing.
feel like the guy who says he never has time and just like got all this time.
I know he's got all.
I do. I figure most of this stuff out while I'm pooping or while like Damien's asleep on me, because I couldn't do anything else. Like math, I needed to be free to do work. So when Damien was like necessary to be on me, I would either do it with my phone or what have you.
Madam Serrano said MLS Cup champ Tommy Meyer. Didn't
Tommy
he
Meyer.
wear 21?
He did
Oh,
wear
I like
21.
this.
Yeah.
I like a suggestion from Madam Serrano. Says that we should definitely have people call in to play.
Call in. I will. You know what, Madam? If you want to call in right now, I have one more I can give you. That I don't have segmented by points. I'll do a loose information, and if you can answer it, we'll get you something, or it'll blow you or something like
Or
that.
maybe we'll just call people who left us voicemails.
We're more
Can you-
Randomly.
honestly we're more likely to have me blow somebody than get like a shirt to them at this point.
Madam Serrano, call in right now. 562-641-5277. Why don't you call? Genuinely, can you
or
call in right now, Ben?
whoever's the
Yeah.
first
Or
one to
someone,
call.
whoever calls in, yeah. Someone call in, and I got one for you.
He's also asking, is Pedro the first player to wear 3 numbers in 1 year?
He is, although technically he never wore 58. There's images with him in a training top of 58, so I did count it. It's going to be on the list because of course it was going to be on the list. How else can I insult Adam Serrano in a different historical way? But João Pedro is the first player to wear 3 numbers in a year. We have a couple people who wore 2 in 1 year.
I know, like
Who else
Quavis
wore
Kirk had,
Who else wore 2 in 1 year?
Quavis Kirk had to give up 23.
Quavis Kirk had to give
Yeah.
up 23. Dima, it's a lot of guys who changed midway through a season. So like Dima changed from 21 to 8, or from 8 to 21 rather, because he wore 8 and then Gordo left. And so once Gordo left, he took 21 because for whatever reason he wanted to. Who's fucking questioning a psychotic Ukrainian?
I won 21.
No one. All right. Well, no one's calling,
Okay,
so
cool, dude.
I guess we'll move on. We'll call it a night. But,
Yep.
but it's good. So as long as you like the idea, like the basic premise, I
Fredo's on
enjoy
here, man.
doing the
Fredo,
work.
call us, man.
Yeah, Fredo, you call all the time. I
Hey,
like doing the
this is
work, and
Fredo.
it's fun, and I get to learn a whole lot while I'm doing it. So I'm enjoying the game.
All right, well, anyways.
But as I was saying, I want to do for the listeners every week. I want to do one specific to the listeners, and for that, it's going to be more all the way back to '96, deep diving into players. If you get it, if you win, we'll figure something out. But it'll be the first email we get in that has the correct answer. So depending on when you listen to the show, that's your buffer and your time to do some research if that's what you got to do. And preferably, you know it off the top of your head. I would say give it your best guess and hopefully just learn and have a good time.
Or what if you do it like the next day at like 9 o'clock or something like that?
What do you mean?
Like you send out like a tweet saying, "Hey, this is gonna be our question for the day." Send an email.
I mean, I
I guess
don't understand the benefit.
it gives the 8 people who are listening to the show live.
Well, then
Hey,
fucking listen
you know
live.
what? Good.
Then listen live.
Good. Yeah, exactly.
It's not my job to make it easier for people to win things.
Because y'all know we're here Tuesday nights.
There you go.
9:30. No, but okay. We're here Thursdays.
We're here Tuesdays at 9:32 when Ed's done texting.
We're here on Friday, Thursdays.
Whenever you guys are on board. But I've got a spare one. I guess we'll leave in the chamber for next week. How about that?
Texting, giving out the information for the show. Some people should without being asked.
And it's one I feel like you could get. So I'm like, kind of willing to. We'll sit on it.
All right, Ben, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben. You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com.
God,
Go to
that's
the
just-
site. Check it out. Slice of bacon on the site.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be
buy
up.
a shirt. Subscribe to Patreon. Cool.
Tucker, where can they find you on the socials?
At ZeroCool138. I mostly just play top 11 at this point. So if you're interested in playing top 11, let me know so I can send you an invite first. And so you can accept it. You got to accept it within a week and be sending it to you. That way I get all my coins. It's a fucking pyramid scheme, but it's soccer
his
related in
coins.
some way. Ed, I need my coin.
needs
The
his
Estadio San Damian James is it's getting built up, Ben. We got 19,000 in attendance, rocking it. Fucking do it for the boys.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Riot Squadcast.
That wasn't even necessary.
It was coming. Yeah, just search Riot Squadcast, find our stuff. Please like our page on Facebook, like us on Twitter, retweet, share whenever you see the episodes posted. That helps us a lot with getting earballs on the show.
If you have tickets to the U.S. Open Cup game that you're not using, JamieMarieBacon@gmail.com. And if you need U.S. Open Cup tickets, presumably
Hit us up.
JamieMarieBacon@gmail.com.
Twitter, hit us up. You will share your tweet,
Requests, whatever you need.
whatever you need. We'll get that out. So hopefully people can get you tickets. On that note, let's put a fucking bullet in this show, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!